Yes, the lads. Welcome to episode 7 of How to Improve My Sorare Gallery, aka Members Gallery Reviews. Hope you're all doing well, lads. I see there's quite a few of you already in here. Already came prepared. Tom, Dennis, what's going on? Alex, top 3. What else is there to do with no Euros on? Exactly that, mate. We've got on a quiet one today, haven't we? What day is it? Thursday. Usually would be a Road to Glory episode coming out, but obviously that's, halted for now because of the summer. But yeah, what's going on, lads? Bob Franklin, what's going on? Jonathan's been a member for 7 months, by the way. Absolutely mental. Ridiculous. It feels like yesterday I literally started this little member section thing. Genuinely now. 7 months. Jesus. Christoph, what's going on, mate? Hi, Harry. Hope you all had a great day. No, I'm having a good day, mate. Thank you. I've been for a little walk. Did a bit of wheeling and dealing on the old Sorare. Set my lineups for this midweek, of course. Degened a few cards, as we always do, to get ready for it. So, yeah, no, looking good, mate. Hope you've had a good day as well. Simon, evening. What's going on? Off work tomorrow. Celebrate the birth. So, weekend has officially started, and no better way to start than some gallery reviews. Let's go, Si. Happy birthday this week, or tomorrow, I guess. I think. Christoph, for the longest time, I think. Oh yeah, Simon's birthday for whenever. In fact, oh, it is today. But who takes Thursday off work so you can have a long weekend? Cheers, brother. Happy birthday, Si. Happy birthday, mate. I am seeing all the happy birthdays now in the chat. Love that. Tobias, what's going on, mate? What's going on, pal? I'm payday today for Prugan soon come. Love it. Jonathan, what's going on, mate? Waiting for rewards, then loading up after that. Oh yeah, rewards today. Not that I have any, but anyone notice the camera's a little bit better? Or maybe, well, actually it should be, yeah. Let me know if you think the camera's any better. Victor, what's going on, mate? Andre, what's going on, pal? Max, what's going on, pal? Second in Copa America rare this week. Just seen there's the Darwin Núñez in the prize pool. That'd be a bit of a gutter. But fucking hell, fair play, mate. The ETH will be nice there, or the cash. That'd be awesome. Well done, pal. Ben, what's going on? I've been a member for 7 months and 25 days. Wow. You and Jonathan must be OGs. Like, been there since the very beginning. Yeah, let me know if you think the camera looks a bit better, because I've invested in a better camera. Looking crisp, okay. So I'm only streaming in 30 FPS, whatever that means. I don't really know all the technical stuff, but I think 60 is better, but I don't think we need 60 for streaming. Like, my videos are 60, whatever. But yeah, for streaming, 30 should be fine. But yeah, glad it's making a difference, because this is what I was streaming with. This is just the tripod, but a little Logitech Brio. This is what I've been doing all my videos on, like streaming and just like recording. But yeah, we've upgraded. We've gone up in the world, and yeah, we've got ourselves a little Sony camera. So yeah, it took a little while to get it working, but I think we've got it going. It's taken a week or so to get all the bits and bobs, accessories, and all that fun stuff to go with it to actually make the camera work. Oh wow, Christoph has just gifted 5 members. Christoph, you are a man of the people. You are, unbelievable. Thank you so much for doing that. And I'm guessing the lads who pick up the members will be thankful as well. That's honestly amazing. 60 is probably overkill. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Charles, to be fair. Yeah, especially for streaming. Like, if I was streaming a game, I think it is, isn't it? Like, say if I was playing, like, I don't know, Call of Duty or whatever, then I think 60 kind of works if your computer can do it. I'm not too good with computers and stuff, so I'm just hoping that whatever you can see works. And yeah, 30 should be all fine. But lads, we've got 5 new members. What the hell? And Apocalypto just joined as well. So we've technically got 6 new members, I think. Mental. Lads, welcome. Nixon, Aruna, Anarthi, Magnum Cole, and Sorare Holland. All just became members. Love that. Managed another top 10 in the SD prediction. Oh, Tobe, I thought when we spoke you said you were gonna ease off it, but it looks like you've gone full steam ahead, so fair play, mate. Yeah, as Tom says there, lads, get yourself in the Discord. Being a member allows you to get into a little secret Discord we have. So yeah, I'm hoping to see you guys in there in the next few minutes. And then once you've done that, if you want your gallery to be reviewed, go down to the monthly gallery review channel. And I put a little message in there today at 7:43, so that would have been 12:43 UK time. Yeah, basically follow what I've showed on there as far as the requirements go to to get your gallery reviewed. But yeah, basically it's just asking ask any questions effectively, and your gallery name and all that fun stuff. So yeah, get that in so we can get the new gallery reviewed. Oh my god, we just got another member as well. Aaron just became a member. Lads, what is going on? We haven't had many new members for a long time. I say long time, probably a week or so. Aruna said, where's the Discord link? The Discord link should be in the communities tab on YouTube. Aaron, mate, that is large. Like, you kind of, the second name or the surname kind of says it all there. I really appreciate that, mate. I really, really do. But yeah, get yourself in the Discord. I'm waiting. I've got my laptop here, so I'm waiting to see you guys pop in. I think someone just popped in there. Who did we get in? Skimpy. I don't know who you are on YouTube necessarily, but if you can make yourself known. Apocalypto just came in as well. Let's go. 2 out of 7. Let's get all 7 of you in if we can. Like I said, it's in the community tabs on YouTube. There should be a Discord link, and you can get yourself in that way. The more the merrier. 100% Christoph. 100%. It's always nice when we have a nice little influx of new members. Like I said, we haven't really had a herd of new members for a little while, so I guess they usually do come around when we do the gallery reviews. Like, I don't really what's the word? Not publicize, but I don't really promote the member section as much as I probably should. Maybe, like, even in my videos I forget to mention it. Obviously there's links in the description, but not everyone looks in the description, so yeah, I think these gallery reviews, once they come around, yeah. Oh, Aruna is Skimpy. Love that, mate. Appreciate you letting me know. What a way to start the stream. 100% Jonathan. Really nice little way to start the stream. Kennedy, what's going on, pal? What's going on? Just catching up on the chat. More pina coladas. More pina coladas. Another little guess what's in the drink today. It looks a bit cloudy, and it is a bit cloudy because there's something in here, and I need you guys to guess what I've put in my water today by the brand. Like, I don't want... Yeah, I need the brand. And it's not Prime. I'll just make that clear now. It's not Prime. Well, Non-Stick Llama just become a member as well. Lads, what is going on? And Simon gifted one. Jesus, what? Seriously now, what is going on? So Simon just gifted one. And Rub P won that gifted member, or took the gifted membership. And then Non-Stick Llama just become a member as well. What is going on? Definitely tequila. Honestly, I'm not. What am I? What do I like drinking? Malibu, yeah. I like my Malibu. Malibu Diet Coke is... We all know it. You know what, Jonathan? Yeah, I did say it was... Didn't I said it was vodka Diet Coke on that Double Double podcast. But in reality, it's not. It's Malibu. It's definitely Malibu. Lads, I'm getting overloaded here. What is going on? So Florian's just become a member as well. Simon must have gifted... How many? Simon gifted 3 memberships. What in the world is going on? What is going on? Christoph says, Harry, doing a great job. So what's better to grow the community more? For me and you to fill the void. That's funny. Babe Jowski became a member because of Simon. Appreciate that, Si. I'm sure he does, or they do. Ian Hime just put my gallery review. No, that's all good, Ian. That's all good. You're not too late, mate. Not too late. Adriano, what's going on, mate? Always around, but though time to be a member. Got you. I was gonna say, yeah. I thought, I always see your name in the chat and stuff, mate. So yeah, I thought you were a member at one point. I can't remember, but yeah. And I appreciate you taking the plunge, mate. Simon spreading the birthday love. It's definitely payday for Simon. Polish side of the Discord carrying. That has killed me. That is really funny. Really, really funny. That's hilarious. I love it. That's proper killed me, that is. Okay, I'm seeing people get the galleries in for review, which is great. How many more have joined the Discord? So we've got Aaron joined, that's 3. So it looks like we've got 3 so far join the Discord from the new members. Yeah, Skimpy, Apocalypto, and Aaron. Love it, lads. Love it. The more the merrier. Get yourself in. Victor, for all Polish people, Neckbrada has the new kits out, and it's a homage to the Polish people freeing Breda in World War II. Sorry, very nice kit. Must Google. Let me have a look. Neckbrada new kit. Let's have a look. I'm not sure Soccer is going to give us the... Did I spell it right? Oh, it's N-A-C, isn't it? Not N-E-C. There we go. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Oh, wow, yeah. That's clean. That's actually really nice. I don't know if I like the yellow or the white more. Probably yellow. I'd probably say yellow. More members means more people do well in Copa America comps to keep the streak up. 100%. 100%, mate. Nah, it's a really nice kit, that. Really nice. Okay, right. Should we get down to business then? Feel like it's time. Feel like it's time. Oh, this is last year's, is it? Oh, yeah. Sorry, 23-24. My bad. So can we do 24-25? No. Oh, Premier League kits. I'm having a mare here. Don't know what's going on, lads. I don't know what's going on. Feel like my internet could be dying. Maybe not. Maybe. Okay. Well, for whatever reason, I can't do anything on here. Is this... Get me off. Just get me off that. Okay. Let's get back to business, lads. Desper was up first. Christoph. No, we're not line up building right now. We are gallery reviewing. So, rebuilding for the upcoming season. Main focus is Premier League. After that, Champions, then Challenger under 23. What do you think about my recent buys / upgrades? Anything in Premier League to get better? Also, ideas for under 23 upgrades. Plan to play 1 or 2 lineups at most. Okay. Let me have a look at the under 23 stuff first, because I can get that out of the way nice and quickly, and then we'll move on to just the recent buys. Yeah. 20 of those kids being sent out for smashing the league, did someone say? Okay. Under 23s. I mean, it looks like you've got plenty of options, but who's actually going to be under 23 next season? Like Majewski, I think, age is out, right? Yeah, Majewski age is out. Bulka age is out. Mamadashvili has another year, I believe. So does Celentano. Brady does as well. So there's 3 keepers. But we don't know where Mama ends up. But let's just assume he starts. So yeah, you've got enough keepers, I would say. Maybe 1 more European keeper if you want to play 1 to 2 lineups. But I guess if you want to play 1, Mama's going to be fine, isn't he? Defenders. What have we got? Bradley, Kwanzaa, Timber Saliba. Mickey van der Ven, I think, might have another year. Gvardiol might have another year. Does he have another year? Yeah, Gvardiol's fine. You might have another 2 years. Calvin Ramsey. Botman. Yeah, I mean, for 1 or 2 teams, 1 or 2 teams, I don't think you really need too much else there. I know these are a lot of Premier League players, so you're going to play them in Prem as well, but So Boslai, Ugarte, Harvey Elliott, Puigol age out, Palmer, Saka. Yeah, for 1 or 2 teams, again, this is fine. Gibbs White, Carvalho, Bajetic, sorry. Bajetic. Aronson's got a move as needs to Eredivisie again. Curtis Jones. And you've got a few MLS boys and Maya. Yeah, I think, again, I think for 1 or 2 teams, you're fine. 100%. Up front, Haaland, Alvarez ages out. Kavicha will be fine, so 2. And Mbuemo ages out. Doi maybe ages out. Brennan's fine. Kulusevski might age out. So does Diaby. Elanga's fine, I think. McNeil ages out. Serrano's nice. Yeah, you've got enough again here. 100%. I wouldn't really do too much to under 23s, if I'm being honest. So yeah, Christoph, you're probably fine there. And then I'll go into your recent buys. So how would we do that? Let's go players. What's the best way to do this? Is it like a recent transactions? Yeah, newest. Yeah, it'd be newest to all this, wouldn't it? That's kind of how we can do that. Okay, so yeah, you mentioned you bought Kavicha. I mean, yeah, great buy. Can fit a multitude of different sort of areas as long as 1, he don't move, or 2, he does move and it's like a favorable move. I do think someone will take a punt on him because obviously he had a really good game yesterday and whatever, and yeah, he's obviously probably only going to get better in a better team. I know he was great last season, or the season before actually. If anything, add a second division keeper once you're on. Yeah, 100% so. Maybe a keeper. Andreas Gomez, £1.50. Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts if that was his price. Okay, recent situations. A lot of them are rewards. So you brought in a few Brentford boys. Okay. Brought in a few Liverpool lads. Elanga, quite fun. I rate Elanga. I think he's got a decent chance. Okay, so you got West Ham boys. You brought in Onana. So it looks like you've gone really strong in Prem. Or really upgraded the bulkiness of your Prem stuff, which I'm not... yeah, I'm not mad about at all. Saka, Romero. Okay, so you got... Wow. You've got a lot of bases covered here. From Prem, at least. Rewards. Okay. And then I'm going to just have a look at the Prem stuff in general. But right now, Desper, I think you're in an okay position, mate. Honestly, I'm not seeing too much that really worries me as far as depth goes. But yeah, definitely going to have a look at... Like what Tope says, try and get maybe a Liga 2 or a contender under 23 keeper at some point, maybe to bulk out your goalkeeper options outside of Mamadashvili, but I don't think there's much to do. Crystal says, don't like rare with lower amount Amahoda. Yeah, that's in relation to Niels' situation. Prem is main focus. Okay, sounds good. Let me have a look what you got going on. So Flecken, Onana, so 2, Areola 3, Raya 4, Vicario 5, 6. You got 6 keepers there, which is really nice. Obviously, you'll be able to play 3 classic, or 3 of them in classic Prem. I guess you could play 3 in classic champ if you really wanted, or you could play a couple if you were willing to buy a few in season Prem cards. Then you could use your older goalkeepers there, you know, if you really wanted to. Okay, so 6 keepers, a very nice base. I can't argue with that at all. Specifically from Prem alone. Let's go floor high to low. Give us a good idea of what we're working with here. So Romero, Trent. I mean, the top 6 doesn't really get much better, does it? Like, who else could you really bring in there from the Prem that, like, yeah, that sets that top 6 alight? Maybe. You probably already have him, but like Pedro Porro, maybe. Not that I think he's going to be like the best defender in any way, but you know we can hit decent scores. Second row as well: Ben White, Timber, Konate, Robbo, Mickey Van de Ven. You're basically, you're looking at Liverpool, Tottenham. It's going to be Edison, but you just don't know with the Prem, do you? Some of these massive moves for keepers and stuff. I think the fact that you have Guardiola, Diaz, and because I don't think I saw Edison. Maybe I'm being stupid. Yeah, you don't have Edison. Maybe you did have. I swear you did have Edison. Even with Robbo. Yeah, exactly. Even with Robbo, the second row is really good. Like, there's still big scores to be had in those lineups and in those players on given match days, of course. I mean, Botman when he's fit, Gomez, Hakim Anderson, Stones, Bradley. Again, it's not a bad row. Jonathan says, I'd focus on building a budget for in-season Liverpool collection or something like that since you're a Liverpool fan. Yeah, 100%. I think with the amount of keepers you have, obviously you can't utilise them all in Classic because you can only play 3. So potentially, yeah, getting a few in-season Liverpool cards maybe to go with, excuse me, Alisson to play him in season or something along those lines. Maybe you don't want to play in season, and that's fine as well. I can kind of see, why you wouldn't want to in some ways, but honestly, I just don't see much you need to do to the defense there. Rodrigo, Saka, Palmer, but we could argue he plays in under 23 a bit. Odegaard, Maddison, Szoboszlai. 1, 2, 3. I think you need about 7 or 8 good midfielders, and here you've got Rodrigo, Saka, Palmer, Odegaard, Maddison, so that's 5. Szoboszlai, let's argue he's good. 6. Gibbs White, 7. Yeah, you've probably got enough to go through. McGinn. Yeah, you're fine with midfielders. I know there's going to be injuries and stuff, but I think 8's a good core to have. Yeah, sounds like a good idea with new cards. 100%. Flames, what's going on, mate? I'm doing well, thank you, pal. Mad, there's 48 of us in here for gallery reviews. Mental. That is a lot. Leave a like, lads, if you haven't already. If you're enjoying it, if you're not enjoying it, please just leave a like anyway. But yeah, that feels like a lot of people to be watching gallery reviews, but I'm here for it. Okay, up front, Haaland, Son, Gakpo, Darwin, Alvarez, Diaz, Salah, Jota, Brennan, Diaby, and Buemo, 20. Yeah, mate, you're fine. Like, for me, the ratios kind of should be... You should probably have 2 defenders for every forward you have, I would say. So, let's say you have... 7 really good forwards, you're probably going to want 14 defenders. Not to say every team should be like double defense, but like it is nice to have a surplus of defenders. I'd say like midfielders, you probably want a similar amount to defenders, if that makes sense. Like going double forward most of the time for me isn't like the most optimal thing, unless like City are playing at home to Luton or something stupid where Alvarez and Haaland are going to play or whoever, right? It's normally double midfielder, double defender. So I definitely think you have enough forwards, mate. Genuinely, I don't think you really need to do too much, other than maybe like what Jonathan said. Do we go in season potentially next season when FOMO kicks in? 100%. Okay, let's move on. Desper, if you're happy with that, mate. Okay. Okay, second up was Alex Kums. So let's get stuck into that one. So Alex's goals are multi-entry under 23, classic, champ. He's got New York. He got challenges for New York, sorry. He's got New York for challenger, whatever. And then he's got hearts for contenders. Is there any gaps I need to fill? Well, let's just have a look at the under 23 stuff first. Do you have any ideas on how to sell players under 10 years? Minnesota Limited. It's probably because Minnesota haven't been very good, right? Like over the last couple of weeks. That's probably why you're struggling to sell them. So yeah, that's probably the easiest way to explain it. Christoph, thanks for the evaluation. As always, we'll keep in mind it all an upgrade where new season kicks in. Sounds good, mate. Bakra the GOAT. Fucking Monsef Bakra. Wow. Okay. So, under 23s then. We've got Bursic, which, funnily enough, lads. Let me show you. Let me show you a bit of an update to the gallery. I have been busy in the transfer window. Got myself a Joseph Bursic. We'll talk about that later. And a couple of Tony Cruises, but keep them quiet. Okay. So we've got Bursic, who should be a starter at Hibernian next season. Tani, who's been great this year. Nicambandio. Akambidio. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll call him Obed because that's his first name. So you've got Obed, obviously Scholter, Jorgensen. Okay, so you've got more than enough. Magical, age out. Leroy Man should have another year. So 1, 2, 3, technically 4 European under 23 keepers there, which is good. Does anyone know? No, Kavlin has signed for Ozcheck, big boss. He's going to be number 1 at Ozcheck next season. Shout out to Shaforical for that info. So goalkeepers, you look fine, Al. I would not needing to touch any of them. Let's go floor to high to low. Branthwaite, love that. Gahey, Eric Garcia, depending on what his situation is. Hopefully Girona maybe buy him permanently. Wrench, nice. Luke Haben, nice. Van Heckel, age out. Gutierrez, nice. Loco, nice. Jake O'Brien, depending on where he goes. John Pacheco's a nice one as well. Zabanier, nice. Lamptey should have another year. So you've got, what, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you've probably got enough there. Well, you definitely have enough. I'd say if you want to play 3 under 23 lineups, you're going to need 12 half-decent defenders, effectively, to kind of rotate around. Midfielders. Foden, Simons, love it. Santi, obviously, will age out. Wharton, love it. I'm not counting the MLS ones, but I kind of am at the same time. But yeah, as far as, you know, front, you know, the top row there looks pretty tasty. Yuito Suzuki, love it. Baumgartner, João Gomez, Seiweld, okay. Gibbs White, ages out, I believe. Buonanotte, Vidovic is going back to Bayern, I believe. Baleba, Almas probably ages out. Lennon Miller will be fine. Alex Scott will be fine. Scott Twine will age out. Okay. 3 lineups. For the, like, considering the MLS is still going to be ongoing in August, I'd say you're fine as far as the mix you have right now. When MLS ends, you might be in a position where you might need a couple of mids, maybe, but I don't think it's like glaringly obvious. So yeah. So I'm just catching up on the chat. Yeah, Sorare's not easy. Sorare's not easy on a low budget, for sure. Madueke probably leaving Chelsea. Says reconnecting. I should say I think we're back. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay. So yeah, forwards, Rodrigo, Sesko, like it. Take Kubo, like it. Bakwa, really like it. Like 4 good European ones there. Adoy probably ages out, I think. Cho, 5. Yeah, again, you've probably got enough for 3 lineups there, Al, to be honest. I think you've done some really nice picking up of under 23s. I can't really argue with the strength plus, you know, just the personnel as well. Like I said, maybe a few mids when MLS ends, but I don't think it's a must, to be honest. Let me just look at how you look for Champ. Because you said you do want to play Champ multi-entry. Sure, breakout year potentially, mate. It feels like he's due, doesn't it? Feels like he's due. So I'm just replying to a text. Okay. Champ. What have we got for Champ? So, Pickford, Romero, Jorgensen. Does he play for Osasuna? Herrera? Guessing he does. Yeah, he does. Okay. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 technically with Neto if Neto starts. Which is not a bad place to be. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. Daniel Munoz. I'm going to count the cards like outside of under 23 here for Champ. So like Munoz, David Raum, Stones, nice. So 3. Willie Obam, 4. Oliveira 5, Carl Walker 6, Van Hecker 7, 8, Anderson 9. Yeah, I'd say you're fine. I'd say you're okay in defense. Like, there's no one like elite here, for being completely honest. But that's that's not what we're working with as far as your gallery goes, which is fine. I don't think I think you can kind of get away with what you got there defender wise. Okay, so Foden's a really nice one. Rice, Mitoma. Again, like I said, I'm just counting the outside of the under 23 lads. Gibbs wide, so 3, 4, 5. Shagler when he's back fit. Haidara 7. Yeah, if you're gonna play 3, yeah, okay. I'd say maybe a midfielder or 2, maybe, or probably 1. Shrew, what's going on, mate? Maybe 1 midfielder potentially, but again, I don't think it's like a glaringly obvious. I think it's just being quite picky from my side of things. Tony, Solanke, Unal, Budimia, Iwobi, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Palson, Welbeck. Why does Harry Kane go down there? Like, how is Harry Kane's floor? That doesn't make any... Oh, maybe because he doesn't have a floor. Wow. That's mad. Yeah, it looks like you're pretty set for, like, up front, outside of the under-23 lads, I would say. Kane being the obviously the standout. Tony to come into that. Solanke can score goals. Who now might break out next season, potentially. Welbeck will probably chip in with a few goals. So, yeah, I don't think you're in massive need of another forward. And at worst case, you just bring one of the champ under-23 forwards into champ rather than play him in under-23 that week. Solanke for that much is a bargain. Yeah, how much was Solanke? £5. Yeah, that feels cheap if you can replicate what he did last year. No, honestly, I'm not seeing many holes, mate, to be honest. Like, I'm just not really seeing them. They might appear once there's a few transfers and stuff, which are out of our control right now. But, mate, I think you're fine for now. I really do. Okay. So, we've got Simon up next. Birthday boy, Simon. So, Simon wants to go into Champ Rare. You answered a lot of my questions last time, but could you advise on what team/players I'd be looking, or you'd be looking at if you were to go into it for the first time ever? Also wanted to get your thoughts on whether it would be good to play under 23 Champ. Under 23 Rare over Champ, for example. Pick up under 23 Champ players, and once their utility finished out, play them in Champ comp. Do I have a blatant gaps in limited for classic season across all comps? We'll have Verbruggen as an under 23 keeper to power at least one lineup there. Cheers, mate. No worries. Okay, perfect site. So yeah, the whole under 23/champ question. So for me, under 23 next season, the optimal play is to play contender and challenger under 23 players in under 23. To then, obviously try and win things, potentially champ cards to, sell on or whatever you want to do, right? So I don't think the optimal play is to play or buy champ under 23 and play them in under 23, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Like, I think they're going to both be fun competitions, but if you're going to buy champ cards, buy them for champ. Don't buy champ under 23 cards to play in under 23, in my opinion. Like, just as a blanket statement. I'm not saying the odd player, of course, but I think if you want to play champ, you go buy champ cards. Don't worry about them being under 23 or not. If you want to play under 23, go buy contender or challenger cards. That's, for me, how I would play it. Do you have any? Yeah, you already have rare cards, I was going to say, but it's mainly all the New York guys and MLS stuff, isn't it? So I don't think we have any champ, do we, right now? Let's have a look. I don't think we do. Which is fine. No. Okay, so that's like a brand new thing you want to enter. Got you. I mean, yeah, look, I'm in a position where I'm like entering champ as well. I've obviously got already have champ cards, so it's a bit different, but it is the most expensive competition on the game. Fact. So, you do have to be prepared to either, put in a good amount of money and when I just mean buy good cards effectively. You can't really get away with having alternatives as much as you can in Contender and Challenger, I don't think, a lot of the time. So for me, like if you're going to go into Champ, like be prepared, you're going to have to spend a good amount, as you know, because you have a lot of the limited versions of these cards. So I'm not telling you things you don't really know, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's either that or play under 23 with Contender and Challenger cards. That's kind of the way I would do it. That if you want to do both and you can do both, great. But I don't know what your situation is, but like I know you have very, very good limited stuff. And so, yeah, if you want to you've obviously taken the Challenger rare route, which is great. And I guess the next sort of phase is Champ for you, or under 23, like you said. So I think bang for your buck, you're going to have more fun in under 23. It's going to be quote unquote easier in under 23, on a cheaper budget, so to speak. But Champ's fun as well because we know the cards and the cards and. It's easier to get information most of the time, and we know all the benefits. But yeah, that's the interesting one. That is the interesting dilemma for me there. And then just catching up on whatever else you said. You said you'll have a brew. Gonna see what you've got for under 23 limited for next season. I know you said you're gonna have. So Costa's gonna age out, but Tangsvik will play. But over the summer and whatever. Okay, yes, you are probably in need of a European definite starting keeper, and like you said, yeah, Bart fits that mold. Teze ages out, so Talo should be maybe okay, but maybe not actually. Theata ages out, Belakochap's fine, but let's see if he can stay fit. Jaden Neal. I'd say you are probably in need of a few under 23. Well, maybe not. Alan Montez. You could probably get, if you're going to buy Bart, you're probably going to want to buy, a nice defender to go with it type of thing. A lot of your defenders are aging out, so I would say keep an eye on that one. As far as, improving there. Pedri's nice. Tillman's very nice. Ugarte's nice. Echeverry's nice. Puig and Vitinha will age out, I believe. Bogusz, nice. Firmin, nice. Nico, Varela, nice. Kangin's got another year. I'd say you're fine for midfielders. Definitely fine for midfielders. Van Heck ages out, I think, Si. Unfortunately. I only know that because I have his card. I'm pretty sure he ages. Yeah, he does. He ages out. Forwards, Bakayoko, depending on his move. Balogun, Babadi, nice. Hopefully he can break out next year. Dreams ruined. you could go Valentin Barco. You could go Tariq Lamptey if you want to stick with the Bar theme. Jovlich ages out. Ramos might be okay. Torres ages out. Pepe's fine. Adiemi's fine. Felix ages out. Saibari's a nice one. I'd say you're fine for forwards, realistically, even though a lot of those do age out. Yeah, I'd say you're probably okay at forward. I'd say maybe a few defenders, because most of yours are aging out, basically. But yeah, have a think of what you want to do champ-wise, / under 23-wise. And kind of take it from there, basically. I wouldn't rush into things. If you've got a budget, okay, I've got £600 to put in, I've got whatever much, amount of money you have to put in. And then it's okay, well, what can that get me in champ? Probably get you one lineup, if you're being honest. Maybe, one okay lineup. What does that get me in under 23? That might get you 2, maybe 3 lineups in under 23 next season. So, yeah, just, that, I'm not saying that is your budget, but that was just an example. Yeah, I would kind of how I would play it, mate, to be fair. So yeah, any more questions, obviously, let me know. But yeah, that should be it. Ready to rock and roll. Okay, Tom. Goals are to get some real depth in Classic Limited across Champ, including playing Premier League comps as well. Under 23 and Challenger for August. I plan to add more under 23 players in the coming days, 4 keepers and some depth in all of the positions. Your opinion on any gaps I have and where I should look for some maybe underrated under 23 players would be great. If the player fits the bill, I will buy, so not really any budget per se. Sounds good. So yeah, it's an interesting one with under 23s, knowing that one, a lot ages out, you know, as far as how good players were next season. I think for your one, Tom, I'm just going to basically go into under 23, and this is going to help everyone, I guess, in some way. If you want to play under 23 and just kind of have a look at, you know, what kind of worked last season, and like just give an overview of would that change, you know, situation wise, and are they going to be good next season, basically. So some of these are a bit wonky L15 wise, just because they might not have played enough games, but I can't be bothered changing that right now. But one guy that sticks out for me is this Christos Siolis. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think he was at Norwich. Really good last year for Dusseldorf. I haven't kept up with rumours, but I know he's a smasher. Like what he was last year. Now, one big thing I need to let you guys know is whatever happened last year doesn't necessarily happen the next year as far as players' scores go, okay? That's just something that we really need to lay down. So as much as me saying, yeah, like this guy's going to be good, part of that is, yeah, he was good last year, but also like, has his situation changed? Like, is he still at Dusseldorf? If he is, chances are he's got half a chance of scoring like this again. Exactly what Toby says there. Tsiollis, depending on where he plays, Iodine too, exactly. I've seen rumours of Galatasaray actually for August Iodine, who was great last year for Antalyaspor. So there's a lot of those situations, unfortunately, with under 23s, because if someone has a good year, the chances are they're going to move. Like, that's just the unfortunate nature of under 23s. Dylan Bakwa was class last year, for Strasbourg. Again, does he get offloaded somewhere? Maybe. I'm just going to put a few names, forward. Leopold was really good as well. Again, these are the situations where, like, I'm not on top of every transfer speculation for these players, but I'm just giving you names that I know were very good last year and could be good next year if their situation stays the same, right? Alex says, I think he stays. Yeah, these are the things that we need to kind of just iron out, basically. All the mid-table Bundesliga teams want Siolis, but yeah, see, that's the issue with a lot of these things. Where's Esposito playing? Good question, Tobe. Like, Oscar Gluch, I know he's not cheap, but, like, could be quite a fun one next season under, what's his name? Pep Linders. I think Salzburg could be really interesting next year with what they've got going on. I do like Korsgaard. If he can be fit and, again, play for Salzburg next year, he could be really interesting. Take set pieces, definitely one to keep an eye on. I'm rather high on him. Tuakavin probably moves. I'm going to assume Stanisic, Thiago Malda's going to Botafogo. Yamal. Benkabango went to my high school, by the way. Random one. But he doesn't have a card. Top Shoe, yeah, we mentioned him earlier, didn't we, Tobe? Again, could be a fun one. Peku Fernandez, another really interesting one. Keep an eye on him. If he doesn't move or moves to somewhere still in the La Liga 2, that could be a really nice one. I think Abdelli's moving, but he's out of under 23. Nico Serrano's a fun one. Again, don't necessarily know his situation. I think he's going back to Bilbao, but if he gets another loan move or permanent move in La Liga 2, expect some really good scores from him. Koopman, his age is out. Batarina, what happens to him? Really fun one. We've got Mika Tuezi there, but he probably gets a move after this Euros. Sepp van der Berg could be quite fun. Zaydu ages out, unfortunately. Still is a fun one, I think. I've seen moves away for him as well, maybe. Oh no, it looks like Satalo does age out. Haag ages out. Carvalho, what happens to him? It's quite a fun one. Paul Nabel, does he move? Appelkamp to go with that ex-Norwich kid, the Dusseldorf lad. He could be a fun one as well. Or at least at Bayern would be fun, 100%. Heard Dusseldorf bosses want to sell him. They need money. Yeah, okay, well, he could be off then. Jess says, what's the best way to push from inter-rare to limited? Do you aim for the 240 team? 240's going, mate, in a month. So I wouldn't factor 240 into any sort of strategy right now, to be honest. Pavlovic could be really fun next year, as probably always. Yeah, Bar is a weird one, isn't it? He's on fire right now. I nearly bought his... Well, I I nearly bought his Super Rare for like 40 quid like a month and a half ago and obviously didn't. And subsequently regret that one. Paxiao, Hartman, if he's back fit, could be fun. Conceição. Big Uito. You got to get Uito in there somewhere. So, Tom. So, yeah, this is the issue with Castro. What happens to Castro? Does Castro stay? Could be a fun one. There's lots of fun opportunities in under 23. Oh, bless me. You know, like I said, there's lots of fun to be had in under 23. There's just lots of uncertainty as well. And that's just part of why it is fun / cheaper / all those things, right? What happens to Uito? I know things have gone quite cold, haven't they? And quiet on him right now. I'm hoping he stays for another year and plays European football for a bit. But you just don't know. It's so hard to know. This guy's a good player, Mateus Delorge for St. Truden. They have quite a few under 23 guys. So Castro should stay, I think. Just got there. Fair enough. Yeah. That's the thing. It is hard. I've seen Musa Silas move into Schalke, but he is aging out of under 23. Akliuchi's a fun one. I'm annoyed I got rid of his Super Rare, but hey ho. I didn't realize Balki ages out, does he? That's not fun. Yeah, Balki does age out. That's sad. Kadri ages out. A lot of good players age out, to be honest. So yeah. I've probably given enough examples there that we can kind of get away with, Tom. I will go back to the gallery, though, and just have a look at Gap's situation. But just, yeah, rereading what you said. So, plan to add more under 23 in the coming days. Okay. Let me just have a look what you got for Champ first. I think you're pretty set. I mean, you've always been pretty set for Champ, so I can't imagine much has changed. But let's have a little look. I don't think much has changed. Haven't heard any rumours about Uito, just waiting on Farzam or the Danish Romano. That's funny. Do you think a Sorare Data membership is worth it? Like, does it make sense with a €300 gallery? Probably not, right? I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I don't use Sorare Data that often outside of, like, lineup building. Obviously, I check prices and stuff, but yeah, for $300 gallery, I don't know. It's tough because I don't have a $300 gallery, so I don't know how it feels to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a tough one. Tobe says SD membership is a must. I think like, no matter what your gallery value, really, like the amount you can learn, about Sorare through Sorare Data is astronomical. So yeah, I would never say don't get one. But it's hard for me to be like, oh, definitely get one at €300 because I had one at €300. You know, I can't like relate to that situation. It's really hard for me to like unlearn everything I've learned about Sorare over the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? It's really tough to kind of, be in your shoes in that sense. But I'm sure there's people in the chat that can kind of help out. By the way, there's 58 of us here, which is mental. Again, lads, if you haven't left a like, please do. But yeah, as far as Tom's situation goes, wow. Becker, Martinez, Thibaut, Pickford, not yet. You're fucking set in Champ. I don't even have to look there. Pastoni, Romero, DeMarco, Militao, Marquinhos, Guardiol, Beraldo, Tar, Gehi, Ake, Ruben Dias, Mittelstadt. Wow. Again, not seeing a hole realistically there. Jude, Rodrigo, Hakan, Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Phil Foden, Bruno Guimaraes, Caicedo, Fernandez, Rodrigo De Paul, Shambost, Andrich, Kovacic, Calvin Phillips, Garner, yeah, Big Harry Wilson. 12, yeah, you've got 12 solid mids there, and then wow, Mbappe, Yamal, Vinny, Jesus, mate, like there's not a gap to be filled in Champ. Contender, I know you're pretty set here as well, aren't you? Costa Free, Schulte, Kalina, Clark. Okay. Porto boys. New York boys. Balky's in there, nice. Yeah, it's maybe a European side of defenders needs a little revamp potentially. Like Pepe doesn't play next year. Wendell moves to Juve, there's definitely situations there. Midfield looks okay. Obviously, Ada Morris is moving. Yeah, maybe say there's room for European improvement of Challenger. But if you're using your MLS guys until MLS finishes, you know, in Chal, sorry, then I don't think you've got much to worry about. Got to have a Welsh boy in. Surely, Al. Surely to God. Who did Wales draw? Let's not speak about that, please. It's a sore subject. Very sore subject, Can't. So yeah, Tom, honestly, I think you're in a good position, mate. Obviously, the examples of the under-23 cards. Outside of that, I don't think there's much else we can do right now. So yeah, that kind of takes care of itself. Right, Ian Sorare, RTG, is up next. The reason I asked because Sorare, I'm thinking about there's 100 euros for 1 year Sorare premium. Or does 100 euros in the Sorare lineups help me more? Yeah, I mean that's 25% of your gallery value. So yeah, I'd argue that will help you a lot. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. My suggestion is to play for 1 month. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, Tobe. Who's going to be the Wales manager? Probably, I don't know. Maybe Bellamy. I was going to say Giggs. It's not going to be Giggs. Bellamy. Maybe Thierry Henry, which would be quite fun. Oshan Roberts is like the obvious one, but I don't know whether he's going to move from Como because Fabregas doesn't have his A license or his pro license yet, so he can't manage in Serie A. Tom says, thank you, Harry, the man. I appreciate you, Tom. With European Challenger, I will be buying a stack, just not sure who yet, and then building pieces around that. Yeah, fair enough. I was going to say, yeah, you don't really need too much outside of the Columbus boys for now. But yeah, wait until in season comes around, I would say. I don't think you need to rush that one. Okay, Ian says, been doing quite a bit of business, just looking to see if you think I need another rare. First venture into it, and we'll be playing the lowest division, and how my under-23s look now since last month. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a butchers. Let's have a look. So yeah, you're going into, I thought you were going into under 23 rare, but I'm guessing it's just going to be contender rare. So you've got Mitov is keeper, obviously just gone to Aberdeen, I believe. Goda's a nice little defender option to have, 100%. Lots of midfielders. I mean, he's L15, this guy. Jesus, 28 years old. I don't know much about him, I'll be honest, but with that L15, I can't imagine he's bagging a few goals. So hopefully, forwards are flaky, aren't they? They're tough to get right, but if you can, replicate that, I wouldn't be too mad. We got midfielder. How many defenders we got? 1, 2. So got 2 defenders, 2 forwards, 3 mids. I would say definitely add another defender to that at some point when you can. There's no point in me saying who because contenders is an absolute whirlpool of players, and I'm just not gonna be able to pluck out a name right now that's gonna fit that. But I mean you've got a sort of one extra there technically, but I mean if you're gonna be playing D3 D4, you're not gonna need too much, are you? You don't want too many of your rares to go to waste. I know you can play them in limited as well technically, but I think you got a nice little core there. Lovely little core. Gold obviously on his day we know he can score 100. Mitov's just got his move, didn't he? So we fancy him to do pretty well next season. I guess you're going to pair him with this Rubizic. I'm going to assume is still at Aberdeen next year, but maybe not. Yeah, apparently he is. So I can't see too much wrong. And it looks like you got a little Amin's midfielder forward stack. Yeah, okay. 36 AA. Okay, so it looks like a bit of an AA beast. Can play right mid, centre mid, CDM. Interesting. Can bang out 30 AA as well on his day, which is not a bad trait to have. But I would say maybe another defender if we're being picky, just so you're a little bit more bulked out in some way. But mate, honestly, I think you're on the right tracks there for sure. And like that just shows on a budget, like you can play rares, and Ian's not expecting to go out and win Division 1, you know. So you can play rare on a budget, you know, if you're a limited player and you haven't moved up yet. Like you can do it. You've got to be savvy and you've got to know your players, and you know, there is bargains to be had like at this time in the game. Like there is like goalkeeper, yeah, 30 quid. I know his floor is 60 now, to be fair, but 60, like you can buy a rare team now for 100 quid almost. So it's like, you know, there is that. You can jump up, but is there? Because like you're only going to play that in D3 or D4, which, you know, there is still upside to that. That cost me less than £100, but a lot of scouting. Exactly, Ian. Exactly. You do need to know your stuff to get by. Okay, I know Ian has taken a move into under 23s for next season. So we've got Heidel, Cavallina, two really nice options, I think, in goal. I'm sure I read that Noel's going to get a loan move somewhere. Pretty sure because Andrew Laird had his card, and that's the only reason why I know who it is. But I'm pretty sure that's the case, isn't it? I'm sure he's getting a loan as well, isn't he? Luka Vidovic, isn't he, from Tottenham? I'm sure I read that. But yeah, foremost Mendy. Has he still got another year? Yeah, he does have another year, doesn't he? He does. Wow. Like, Ian scouting is elite. Like, he's picking up cards for 1 quid, and they're selling for like 6 quid right now, which is not easy to do at limited. Noel is at Goethe Thruth. I got you. I bought 2 Mitovs. I bought Mitov 2 days before he left us. That's mad. Do I think double up on players? Yeah, I do, Al. I do, for the most part. Like, depends how good that player is, of course. But, like, if there's a favourable spot for a weekend, like, I'm doing it next game week. Cat's out the bag. I bought 2 Tony Cruises because I think he's a dead cert to be, you know, a captainable player for the next Euro competition or the next Euro game week. And I bought 2. I know it's stupid because he's retired. It's a bad example, but the whole, you know, I'm going to play 2 Euro lineups and I'm going to captain him in both because I'm that confident that he's going to do half decent, right? That can be applied to, yeah, to other strategies. In under 23, buying 2 goalkeepers of the same team to, you know, double up the chance of having clean sheets on 1 game week, right? Like, that is viable. I don't think playing the exact same team 3 or 2 times in under 23s optimal because it's just so hard in under 23s to kind of know what's going to happen. Like, they're just very unpredictable, which makes it fun and makes it very, yeah, like scores are just very hard to predict in some ways in under 23, which, like I said, makes it quite fun. Anyway, yeah, Mendy's a really, really fun one. Smolkic, Vega. What do we think Vega happens to him next season? Galesic. Yeah, I mean, you've got probably 5 or 6 defenders there, which is probably enough, isn't it? If you're going to play two or so lineups. Jankovic, Pasalic, Puskas, nice. Arribas, fun. Tony Frug. Yeah, I think you can probably get away with was going to lose. Oh yeah, Van Gassel got a move, didn't he? I think we lost connection, but I think we're back. Okay. Up front, stroke-ins. Yeah, we mentioned this Pablo Pagis guy, didn't we? I think he could be a little sneaky one for next season. Corridor, quite fun as well. Ivankovic. Yeah, you probably only need 3 or 4 realistically forwards, don't you, if you're going to play 2 lineups. So, honestly, I think you're in an okay position here. And I wouldn't really spend too much more time on under 23s. Focus on maybe getting a few more rare cards in to bulk out your contender rare boys. But, mate, honestly, I think you're in a nice little position there for sure. Really nice. Corridor rumours to Saint Etienne. Interesting. If Bejo completes Dynamo move this year, that will become interesting for under 23. This guy? What position is he? Okay. That seems quite fun. Is he a forward card or is he a... Yeah, he is a forward card. Wow. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be quite fun. There's always little gems that pop up. There's always little gems. So after this, we've got Jonathan, Dyrich, JJ Lane, Tobe, Shaforakol, Ali G, Drake. And then we've got the new boys. Well, we've got Ian, then we've got Skimpy, Apocalypto. AG Plays is actually in there as well. And Cameron. So yeah, all fun stuff. So let's get back to business. So, dear Egan, rebuilding my gallery to center around contenders and champions. Interesting, starting August. Trying to pick up as many viable under 23 options in those comps too. Enjoying using my MLS cards during the summer and have won a fair decent, a few decent rewards from them. But do you think post Euros would be a good time to sell and look to invest in Premier League cards, for example, when they have no utility, but should be a bit cheaper than they are now? I don't know, because post Euros, people are going to be like, okay, what's next? Like, what's the immediate situation? And yeah, it probably is MLS, but you've got to think the League Cup is on, or League's Cup is on at that point, and we don't know if we're going to get, like a specific comp for that, because technically you wouldn't be able to play them MLS guys in Challenger, so there's definitely a situation there with Stan. No, of course you can still submit your lineup, mate. Just, yeah, of course, pop it into the gallery review channel. But yeah, there's definitely a situation where I don't know how viable, like, or how in demand MLS cards are going to be after the Euros. Not saying they won't be in demand, but I'm not saying, like, I just don't know whether there's going to be a spike unless you can play them in Challenger, because if you can only play them in, like, Cap 240 and All-Star, like, because they're playing in the League's Cup, I don't know how great that is for them, because, like, you can't play in season, for example, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a worry around that in some way. So, yeah, I don't know whether you know, selling those to look to get Premier League cards really works. It might do. Like, it's hard to say. We don't know. We're waiting on Sorare on that, you know, in that sense. But yeah, that's the tough one. Yeah, that's the tough dilemma there. I'm not saying to not get Premier League cards in if you want to play Prem, but like, I don't necessarily think they're going to be that cheap either. Because you got to think, in the next, like, couple of weeks, we're probably going to be seeing the new season, like, pre-order cards drop. Because, what, in 3 or 4 days it's July. Is there any date? No, there's not a date yet, Cam. But, like, they're going to come before the season starts. So, probably it will be sometime in July. We just don't really know when. But I'd like to think it's going to be, like, at least 2 or 3 weeks before. I would imagine anyway. That's just me guessing. I don't have any inside info, but that's just kind of where I'm at with that. So yeah, keep that in mind, dear Egan. I'm not too sure on how that really looks. So yeah, obviously any more questions, mate, please do let me know, and we can get that cracking. Jonathan, what should I do with Silicon Rare, and what's up? And what's the next step in Rare? Sorry. Also, I've decided to buy a full St. Paulian season limited collection for next season, and a hamburger stack. Love that. Maybe, you said. Do you think there's any other big moves needed in limited? I want to have 3 classic limiteds in almost every comp, especially under 23. Okay. So as far as Silicon goes, if you're not going to play champ, you might as well sell him, right? That's just the bottom line with him, isn't it? Yeah, I think you've probably got to sell him. Realistically, like, unless you're going to play champ, which I'm going to assume you're not. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Or with him, sorry. So yeah, that then means unless Robin Roofs takes over, I know you've got Willis and stuff, so you're kind of covered for the MLS, but once that finishes and you want to still continue to play Challenger, I guess you will need to bring a keeper in. It'd have to be, yeah, continue playing Challenger / 240 until the wheels fall. At least play 240 until the wheels fall off. Obviously, Nashville are in a good bit of form recently, so that's got to be quite fun for you. And yeah, man, I think I would just continue building out maybe some NEC boys. Maybe buy Van Gessel potentially to pair with the NEC boys. But yeah, I mean, that would probably be the next step. Sell Sillerson, bring in Van Gessel, maybe if you want to continue playing challenges at rare level. And then as far as your limited stuff goes, I know you said under 23 is where you want to make sure you've got enough for 3 lineups. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So in goal, we've got Suzuki, love it. We don't know if Roof is going to start, so we've got Suzuki, Mamadashvili. We've got Sonina. Well, 4, yeah, Jorgensen. Yeah, so you've got more than enough keepers, I would say. And then in defense, let's go from floor high to low. Davies, nice. Livramento, Pekovic, okay. Dedic, nice. Kirkers, Buchanan, El Karauni, Kiwior maybe still has eligibility. Gazabegovic, Paredes, Bavamru. Yeah, you're probably okay for defenders. I would say you've probably got enough for 3 lineups there. I'd say you're pretty set there. Gluch, nice. Paul Wanner, nice. Enzo, Batarina, Vidovic, Grambus. Let's just call it 4. 5 with Yari. 6, 7. Yeah, okay, you're probably... I'd say you're Memeled, nice. Barriel. I'd say you're okay for mids as well, to be honest. I'd say you've got enough variation there for someone to be... Oh no, for a multitude of players to be good on a given game week. Tillman, nice. Boniface, Xerxes, Tell, Ibrahimovic, Brennan. Abada, Jorgensen might be moving to the Wolves. Akafor, Davidashvili. Yeah, I'd say you're more than okay at forward. I don't think there's much needed for forward. Depth-wise, I think you're in a good position there. Let me have a quick little look at champs, just from a wanting to play 3 lineups perspective. Leidner will start 2, interesting. So champ, Donnarumma, Sommer, Mamadashvili, Jorgensen, Ronau, Dmitrievski. Yes, you've got more than enough for 3 lineups there, haven't you? Defense, Van Dijk, Cancelo, Pavard. Oh, I love that card. Robinson, so 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. Yeah, you've probably got at least 10 defender options outside of your under 23s, so I'm not too worried about that. Goodmanson, Goretzka, Paqueta might leave. Cruz going. Okay. I'd probably say your midfielders are going to need a little bump up, if we're being honest, for champ. Just with like Cruz retiring, Paqueta might fall off the face of the earth. Goodmanson might get a move. Paulina probably does get a move. Enzo, let's argue you play him in under 23. Then at that point, you've literally just got Goretzka left from that, row. So I would say, yeah, a couple of upgrades maybe in midfield would be quite optimal. Coman, Cunha, nice. And Bolo, Ito, yeah, I think you're okay for forward. I would definitely say mids is where I'd be, yeah, sort of improving things there, mate. So yeah, let me know how that goes, and yeah, all the best for the move tomorrow. I know you're off to Germany tomorrow, so love that, mate. I'm gonna have a 2-minute break a minute just on my phone just to see if I've missed anything in the world of sport. Don't think I have, but it's worth a look. Champ mid, yeah, definitely, yeah, love that, Jonathan. I would say that's probably the obvious thing for me, just with who's leaving your gallery type of thing, or who's not going to be there. Only visiting Germany. Oh, yeah, of course you are. Sorry. Yeah, you're only going for the Euros. Okay, direct. Continue to build out my gallery so I'm able to run teams in Champ, Challenger, and Contender. What area of my rare gallery should be the focus for the next upgrade? Hoping to have a referral bonus go through, so contemplating spending 100 to 130 on the next piece/piece of the gallery. Okay, let's have a look at what you've got in rare. Let's go rare champ first. Well, let's go rare contenders, because I know you do have quite a few Scottish boys there. So, Vasilj is going to be moving to, well, champ. So it's basically Liam Kelly. I think he's moving to Rangers, to be fair. So yeah, you got Liam Kelly there at Rangers. I'm guessing he's going to play start. I don't know for a fact, though. McGinn, Gartman, Penna, okay. Alvarez, Newell, McCowan, Spittle. Okay, so you got a nice little Slattery and Shinny. Nice little midfielder core. Mijovski, depends on where he kind of goes. Maeda, okay, and Vente. Okay, so I can't really give you the rundown unless I've gone through all of them. You know, as far as champ, contender, and child goes. But let's do that now. So in goalkeeper, we've got Semmel, Kaminsky, nice, and Stuver. So you've got good depth in Chal, goalkeeper wise. Wendell, okay, let me go floor high to low. Wendell, Brooks Lennon, Jack Elliott, Yoshida, Connor Roberts, nice. Okay, I mean, if you're going to play 3 lineups there, I would argue you might need a couple of more defenders. Midfield, I think you're pretty stacked. Rusnak, Brownhill, Doherty, Jean Mario, Artua, and Myers moving to contender, so that's another mid for you there. Woodkirst, Noel Buck, Pereira. Yeah, you're probably okay in mid. I wouldn't. Maybe a mid or two. Merton's great. Carranza probably moves, but probably stays in Chal. Ure, Shaloy, Isaac Davis, Baribo, David Nerett. Yeah, okay. You're probably okay in forward, I would say, for Chal. And then for Champ, so you got Vasilj as the goalkeeper technically. Joe Gomez, Mapham probably moves. Nico, Ben Davis. Yeah. Mitchell's actually not a bad defender. Sarabia, Ward-Prowse, Brooksy, Freuler, Curtis Jones, Eva Martin, Monchu, Harry Wilson. Slanky, yeah. I don't know what happens with Kiefer, but yeah, Slanky. You're fine for forwards for Champ, I would say. Mid, you're actually probably okay as well. I would say defense is where I would look to improve. Like outside of Mitchell, I'm not seeing like a legit starter here realistically. Like Nico, yeah, maybe, but not really. So I definitely say champ defenders. 1 or 2 champ defenders. And then as far as going back here, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, because the fact you have 3 goalkeepers here makes me feel like you probably need maybe a few more options in. I don't think forward. I think forward's okay. I think you can get away with forward. Midfield, you know, when Amaya leaves, maybe a mid and maybe a defender from Chal. So I would say 2 champ defend. Well, 1 champ defender, 1 challenger defender, and 1 challenger mid would be where I'd be starting. Obviously, contender, you're going to have 1 goalkeeper, I'm going to assume, with Kelly. You know, you could argue, I don't know, I think you're probably okay in contender. Like, I don't think you really need to do too much here. Depending on what happens with Mijovski and, you know, let's assume Maeda starts, you've basically got, you know, 1.5 forwards there outside of Mijovski. So, yeah, 1 champ defender, 1 challenger defender, and 1 challenger mid is probably where I'd be targeting. How has Liam Kelly got the move to Rangers? I used to own him. Lost possession every time he touches the ball. They need homegrown players, and he was free. Interesting. Kelly will be on the bench, will he? Oh, well. Butland just be main captain. Okay. Well, then, at that point, then, you're going to need a goalkeeper for contenders, Dave, if you want to continue playing contenders. So, yeah, let me know how that looks, mate. And next up, we've got JJ Lane. Okay, JJ, I want to ideally work my way towards full champ, playing La Liga, Prem, Bundes, and champ, and then strengthen my gallery enough so I can also play in the 23s. What position do I What position do you think I should be trying to really strengthen before the new season? Okay. So you want to play champ. So let's see where the champ weaknesses are then. So Castiles is leaving. Let me go. Floor height low. Allison, Neuer, Turner. So you got 1, 2. Smets. I'd say you're definitely going to need a couple more goalies from what I'm seeing here. Definitely need a couple of goalies. Because I'm only seeing Allison, Neuer, Sells technically as starters. So if you're gonna play, if you want to play, multiple teams in all those champ situations, I definitely think a few more goalies needs to be added, 100%. Trent, Virgil, Mittelstadt, Kunde, Munoz, Araujo. Defense looks okay. I think you could probably get away with this defense quite comfortably. Bunasar, okay, Coleman, Patterson. Yeah, I think you could probably get away with that defense for now. But goalkeepers are a must, I would say, if you're going to play extra lineups there. Midfielders, Vert, De Bruyne, McAllister, Gundogan, Szoboszlai, CDK. Kelleher might be moving. He said he thinks he's good enough to be number 1, but there's no news. Yeah, I think he's good enough to be number 1. I don't know if that's a Premier League number 1 or even a Champ Europe number 1, to be honest. Maybe he is, but I just don't know if that move will actually transpire for him. It might. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. Midfield looks okay, honestly. Obviously, you're going to lose the Cruces. Gotta go. We'll be back to watch my part later. No worries at all, Dennis. Thank you for being here, mate. I appreciate it. I think midfield, you're okay. I would argue you're fine in midfield. Up front, Musiala, forward card. Wow. Pulisic, Nunez, Gakpo, Diaz, Xerxes, Rafinha, Jota, Trossard, Cunha, Vasquez, Kiefer. Like, outside of, like, if Liverpool don't pop off, you've got, okay, Musiala, but you might play an under 23 for you. Pulisic, okay. Jota, Liverpool, obviously. Trossard might not start. Rafinha could move. Like, if you're going to play 4, 5, 6 European lineups, and let's just argue Liverpool, not saying they're not going to be good, but you know what I mean. Like, you're probably heavily reliant there on Liverpool doing well, realistically. Which is not a bad thing, but also it's always good to hedge your bets. Yeah, I think potentially maybe a forward, I would say. Maybe like an actual proper number 9 forward. It doesn't have to be number 9, but you know, just a proper forward, like a Ousmane Dembele or something. Not that he's a number 9, but you know what I mean. So definitely a forward. I'd say definitely a keeper or 2. I think you could probably get away with the rest for now. I don't think it needs... Like, forwards and goalkeepers are the hardest positions to get right on Sorare, just fact. So that's kind of where I'd be looking, mate. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Any more questions, please do reach out. But next up is going to be Tobe. I don't know why that hasn't worked. It should work. It's United. Tobe, not Tobe, Man United. Okay. We're not building lineups. We are slowly moving away from rare. Building up a budget to get a couple contender in-season lineups August, September. Sounds good. And to strengthen under 23s. Any under 23 tips would be helpful. Where and how to strengthen. I know I need at least 1 keeper, probably 2 or 3. Anything else you see? Come on then, let's go. I like all the under 23 talk. This stream. It's been fun. I do enjoy the old under 23 stuff. Okay. So keeper wise, like you said, yeah, Tangleberry, Sirwa. Okay, you got 2 Tangleberries. Okay. Yeah, you're probably going to need 1 European keeper at least, realistically, as you obviously just alluded to. So that kind of makes sense. We'll kind of go through the goalkeepers. It is really tough for goalkeepers this year, I would say, on the whole. It's really tough to get. Yeah, it's just like the starters are aging out, most of the good ones, and yeah, it's a bit of a mad one as far as under 23 goes. But anyway, Tolkien's a really nice option, but MLS, but that's still fine. By the way, I need to add this in because I just do. You know how tough it is to hit the old thresholds, right? So for the first time, Tobe, I faded Lucas Piton super rare, played Arakai instead, and of course, as we know, Lucas Piton absolutely smashed. And yeah, it cost me a threshold, which is just great. So yeah, just wanted to add that. By the way, big chance created here. I think a couple of attempted assists here. No assists, obviously. So yeah, that was just great. Oh, yeah. Absolute nightmare. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about Toby. Defenders. Piton, Home, Mikel. You got the top shoe. Okay. Campos. So lots of MLS, which is fine. Pereira's going to age out. Pampin probably ages out, I'm going to assume. Yeah, I mean, the MLS guys will see you through. That's the fun thing about the MLS. It will see you through. Got my eyes on Nakambio, Hedel, and then look at who else. Yeah, I'd say Hedel's a nice one to look at. Cambadio's a fun one as well. Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. There's lots of under-23 starters. I say lots. There's going to be quite a few under-23 starters in the JPL. I think Diech is going to start for Denda, I think it is. Don't know what his price is right now, but he's like £8. I know they're not going to be great, but like he played for Serang like 2 years ago and he was okay. You know, there could be something there just to keep an eye on. But yeah, defenders, I would say you probably do need 1 or 2 European defenders, if we're being honest. I know the MLS guys will see you through for a little while. Evian surely ages out, doesn't he? Yeah, Evian ages out. There's Haag. Yeah, they both do. Okay. So you've got Rami. Let me go back to Rare. Not Rare. Limited. Sorry. I'm being stupid here. I wonder why this gets a bit funny when you... I've done super rare, that's why I'm a flipping idiot. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'll be strengthened in general for Europe. Sold off a lot of in-season. Love that. Okay, back to midfielders then. James Sands. So you got Santi ages out. Palestri is quite a fun one. Double Luna, fun. Evian ages out. Rami, fun. Got lots of the Rosenberg boys. Castro could turn out to be quite fun. The Swedberg guy's interesting, isn't he? He came onto the scene at Celta. Ivan Gil ages out. Pedro Vite is fine. Memeled's fine. Atencio Saliba, Sforza. Yeah, there's definitely room for a few mids there, isn't there? Like an Apple Camp or, you know, some of these contender boys that could go under the radar score-wise and price-wise. Added a bunch of Swedes for Nations Leagues. Love that. Love that, mate. No worries, Al. No worries at all, mate. Go enjoy your grub. And then up front, what we got? Sahari's a fun one. Kulusevski ages out, I think. Alanga's fun. Habib Gay, does he age out? I'm sure he does, yeah. He's been quite good recently, hasn't he? Or very good. Lardo, that could be quite fun. If he comes good. Simsia again. So yeah, you've got a few punts there in forward, I would say. Like Sahari's probably the only, and Alanga maybe the only two there. I'm like, okay, you can probably trust them going into next season. We don't know what, you know, hopefully Simsia gets his act together and whatever and starts playing. And Lardo, if AZ give him a chance, he is a very good player as well. So yeah, I think you're okay up forward, I would say. I'd say mid defenders and goalkeepers is where I'd be probably targeting 2 of each, maybe. I would argue. But like, because you have the MLS guys, it kind of masks the need for them, like, right away. But then again, you kind of wanted to get them now because they're going to be cheaper than they are going to be in August. So, well, are they? I don't know, actually, with new season cards. Who knows what the prices are going to look like, right? But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that one. So yeah, hope that makes sense, mate. Shafoko says, please check. Check, please, as well. I'm not sure how ready I am for the new season. Let me have a quick look at Shaforkles. Shaforkle doesn't like to give us too much information. He doesn't like to give us too much to work with, but that's fine. I know Shaforkle's been very busy in the market with his champion card. So let's have a look at how that all looks. I know you brought in some absolute beasts a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, Becker came in, I think, wasn't it? So you've got Cobel, Becker, Martinez, Hideki, and Kovar. We don't know what necessarily goes on there, but Leno. You've got more than enough starting keepers there, I would say, for Champ, 5 or 6. Defense, Gvardiol, Van Dijk, Konsa, Raum, Mangales, Anton Robinson, Tar, Hincap, Stanisic, Zinchenko, Shah, Kiwior. Yeah, you got a nice Villa contingency here. And then, I don't know why Schlotterbeck comes down here, but yeah, Schlotterbeck's obviously very elite. So, I'd say honestly, defense, you're looking good. I'm pretty happy with that. Toby can work on that for the fall. Sounds good, mate. Sounds good, Toby. Okay, back to midfielders. So, we've got Xavi Simons. Great. Hopefully gets a favourable move. De Bruyne, let's just hope he stays in champ. Caicedo, Palacios, Kai Havertz. Gross, another one that could be on the move. Douglas Luiz, John McGinn. Kova, Modric, Tielemans. Okay. I'd say we're honestly quite fine here as well. You brought Palmer in, which was huge. Hoffman could get better again, maybe, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd say you've got at least 8 or 9 midfielders there that can be usable every game week. Maybe 10. And then forwards is where I think you're really, really good. Like Kavicha, Son, Doku, Dembele, Sesko, Watkins, Kramaric, Bailey, Brahim, Budimir, Salah, John Duran. Honestly, I think your forwards are probably where the quality is spread out the best, I would say. Maybe equal to mids, but I love the look of your forwards. I think your forwards are really, really good. I think you're fine for champ, mate. Honestly, I wouldn't really bother doing much there. I don't think I'd be adding too much to this unless there's any weird transfers that fall through or happen, and you know De Bruyne goes to Saudi. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. But you know what I mean, like things like that. Unless any really unexpected things happen, I think you're fine. I do. I think you're in a good position. So yeah, hope that all makes sense, mate. And good luck for this upcoming season. Ali G. I want to be able to play in season Prem, La Liga and Champ. Advice on players I should look at to be able to achieve my goal. Okay. So you want to play in season Champ. You can see what you've already got and we can kind of maybe work from there. So what have we got? So we've got Emi Martinez, Pickford, Neuer, Leno, Flecken. So yeah, Ortega. Okay. So it seems like you don't have Edison, but you have a lot of the city situation. I think for me, like if you're going to play in season next year, you're going to need to be, and we're talking champ, I think it has to center around the Real Madrid stack. For me, it has to be Real Madrid. It has to be someone like maybe a PSG. And then like from Premier League, yeah, it's hard to look past Man City as well, isn't it? I know you've already got a lot of the City boys, so it's a tough one. Like you don't want to buy, all the City players you already have again. Realistically, I would say kind of maybe, yeah, mix it up a little bit. Maybe go for I don't know. I mean, you already have Tottenham. I don't know, a Chelsea stack, for example, or a Chelsea in season stack, or kind of mix it up from what you've already got. Unless you're willing to just sell the old players you have and replace them with in-season cards. Obviously, there's going to be a difference in price. But let's argue, say you get rid of all your Man City cards right now and then just buy the in-season versions when they come round. Like I said, there's going to be a difference in price. But it means you're not having like duplicates of those cards, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you've got duplicates. But if you're working on a budget, you probably don't want duplicates most of the time when we're talking in-season. So, yeah. You've got to be looking at Real Madrid, PSG, City. You're going to need one of the big stacks, really, to compete. No worries, Si. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships and everything, mate. It does really mean a lot to me. And, yeah, massive happy birthday to you, mate. I hope you have a great long weekend. And, yeah, appreciate you a lot, mate. I really do. So, yeah, it's a tough one with the in-season stuff because we don't know their prices. Like, it's so hard to really gauge how that's going to look, Ali. But if you want to play, Prem, La Liga, Champ, you're going to need to buy an in-season card, obviously. And, yeah, like, the cheapest way to do on paper, I say that because the most expensive pieces of that Real Madrid collection is going to be, you know, it's going to be Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinny, effectively. So if you can get one of them like out of season, and then like the rest, like goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and then like whoever the extra player is, to go with a normal season Mbappe or like a classic Mbappe, that could be a nice little play. You do have really good forwards like Son, Kane, Doku. Like you've got the bases of some really good teams here, even in classic. But like you said, you do want to play in season, so it's one of them where, you know, do you sell up a couple of them and and do you wait until the new season cards come out and just buy the same cards you already got effectively, but in season versions? I think there's definitely merit to that. But it's just one, how much is, like, if a Diaz limited goes for 20 quid now, how much is an in-season Diaz going to go for? You know, like, I don't know. No one knows. That's the tough thing with this. It's really tough to really gauge. But that's as much as I can kind of give you without knowing all the information. Is there a waiting list? Yeah, there is a waiting list with some... Yeah, we're kind of working through the... it's all on Discord, basically. Yeah, so anyway, Ali, any more help, mate? Just give me a message. We can sort all that out. Next up is Palson. Beck. So, Palson's goal is you want to heavily focus on Champ Classic at the start of the season, since I don't think it will be worth buying into the hype for the first month or two. Interesting. You think I should get rid of everything else than Champ, or should I still have some Contender and Classic pieces to grind Essence? Let's have a look at what you've got in Contender first before I say what I think. So for Contender, you've got the Old Sam Boys. It's a tough one, mate, because like the Essence thing, yeah, it's good to, like with the new Essence thing, it was discussed yesterday, I think, like if you play every competition, so under 23, Challenger, Contenders, Champion, and your Essence is coming from all of those different places, when you go and craft your card, they said it's all on the percentages of like where you've won that Essence, right? But let's say it's 25% equal on all 4 places, right? So it's the chances of you getting an under 23 is 25%. Same for Contender, Champ, and what's the other one? Challenger, right? 25% each, all equal. You go in and craft, and you end up getting a Contender, but you were really hoping for a Champ card. Like, the fact that you played Contender is kind of taken away from the fact that you wanted a Champ card there, if that makes any sense. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was just reading what Ali says. Unless I use these cards for Classic and just invest. Yeah, if you can do that, Ali, yeah, I'm not saying that's not a bad idea. Yeah, keep the cards you already have and add to them, 100%. All I was saying with that, by the add-in thing, was like, try and add a team that like you don't really have the cards of already in Classic, like Real Madrid, for example, or whoever. Chelsea. I was just trying to give you examples of cards that you didn't have, or stacks of teams that you didn't have already. But yeah, the whole Essence thing, like Palson's question is, should he still play Contender if he's playing Champ? Like, I don't think it makes too much sense having a Champ gallery these days and a Contender gallery like together, because you are like, when you're crafting cards, you're gonna want Champ cards because they're more expensive. But if you're winning Contender Essence, the chances of you getting a Contender card from that crafting situation is quite high. Like, it depends on where you win it from, but you know what I mean. So I think you are kind of taking away, you're like devaluing your Champ Essence by winning Contender Essence in a weird way. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that, like, part of me feels like, Palson, just go all in on Champ. That's what I'm doing with my, not that I'm going all in on Champ, I'm playing Champ and Challenger, but yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. You might be different and you might want to just have loads of lineups, and I get it. I do, because it's fun. I really do get it. But the fact you can have so many lineups now in Champ, I don't think it makes sense to like not play loads of lineups in Champ if you can do that by selling some Contender lineups. So in my opinion, yeah, I think, and it's up to you, but I would be selling the Contender boys personally and going all in on Champ. So yeah, that's my 2 cents there. Rant over. Let's go to Port Hill Shrew. #1 Shrewsbury fan in all of the land. Okay, so he wants to continue to build his gallery to be able to run multi-entry teams in all comps. Sounds good. Are there any weaknesses, areas I need to strengthen in limited across all comps? Or most comps, sorry. Also, my next aim will be to get some in-season players in for the start to compete in the in-season comps from August. Also brought in some rares recently. Any thoughts on those? Okay, let's have a look at the rares. What have you been buying in the rare category? Wow, you've got loads of rares. Oh, these are the newest ones. Okay, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Okay. So your rare boys that you brought in. So you brought in Savinov, who's going to be a champ keeper. Interesting what's going to happen with him and Donnarumma. It's an interesting buy, that is. Kovar, okay, hoping he gets the #1 spot. Jackers, is he going to get a #1 spot somewhere? Where's he at now? I swear he moved, didn't he, to Westerlo or something? Or is he still at... Is he still at Circle Bruges? Oh, he's still at Club Bruges, okay. He had a few games last year, didn't he, when Mignolet didn't play. Joe Hart, interesting. When did you buy him? Surely you didn't buy him recently. No, you didn't. Okay. Oh, these are just goalkeepers on there. I need to go to all. Sorry. Wow. Okay, now we're talking. Lee Kang in, love that. I want to buy a Lee Kang in myself, to be honest. I really like him. Really good player. Kolomani, interesting. Okay. Doherty, interesting. If he can stay in the champ, Jesus. He is a cheat code in the championship for me. Carlton Morris. Yeah, I like the Luton stuff. I'm in a sim, like obviously I've got my Kaminsky. I think he's an interesting option. Although Luton are a good option for the champ and for challengers next season. Yeah, I like that. I like that thought process. True, I do. Let's have a look at what you got at limited then. Let's have a look at your champion stuff. So we've got Vicario, Pickford, Koba, Mamadashvili. Yeah, you're fine for keepers. More than fine for keepers. Defenders, Trent, Schlotterbeck, Militao, Gvardiol, Mittelstadt, Yoro, Alphonso Davies, Branthwaite, Feist. I'd say you're probably okay in defence as well. Looking at that. Oh, bless me. Shafurikal, what's going on, mate? I did review your gallery like 20 minutes ago, I think it was, mate. So go have a look at that if you want. Heart is X Shrews. Ah, yeah, I got you. Went back to see what you said for me. What do you think, Shafurikal? You happy with the words that came out of my mouth? Okay, Shrew. Back to midfielders. Bellingham, Palmer, McAllister, Artegula, Rice, Valverde, Gallagher, Elliott, Furman, Kai Havertz, Szoboszlai, Minor, wow. Aliesh, Biner, Perot, Kamada, Zakarian, Buonanotte. Yeah, you are... Ooh, the Saint Etienne boys. I'd say you're more than set in midfield as well, mate. I'm not seeing any gaps there. Mbappe, Yamal, Haaland, Nunes, Gordon, Sesko, and Ciso, Trossard, Cherki, Sancho, Savio, Isak, Mateta, Madueke, Calamundo, Knauf, Jovic, Nemeka, Moon, Cardona. Yeah, I'd say you're fine here as well. You've got like 10, 12 forwards there that could help you every week. I'm not seeing much of a need to really strengthen in champ. So I'm just let me just see an under 23 goalkeeper wise what you've got going on. So Mamadashvili, Van der Voort, Salentano, Suzuki. Yeah, you're more than fine. Oh yeah, you've got fucking 3,000. You've got 3,000 Laysons. Oh, and you've got some Joseph Bursiks as well. Okay. Now, mate, honestly, I think you're in a really good little position. I can't see many holes here that need improving. I really, really don't. I think you're in a really good little position. You want information? It's my B-day today. Wow. That's 2 birthdays. So it's Simon's birthday and it's your birthday, Shafarical. What are the chances of that, by the way? Very slim. No, I'd give you a good gallery review. I said I think I'd really like your forwards. I think your forward options are really good. Going into champ, I think your goalkeepers are good as well. Honestly, yeah, there wasn't much where I could pick holes in anything that was obviously needing improving. You brought in Schlotterbeck in defence. Like, honestly, all I said was if there's any weird transfers, like if De Bruyne leaves or anything weird happens to like your really good midfielders, then that'll need improving. But I can't see much going too far wrong, to be honest, mate. So I think you're in a good position. I do. I really do. Shrew, anyway, hope that helps, mate. But I think a lot of you lads are really just on it right now and just seem to be really ready for the transition. Like a lot of your galleries are pretty set up. Bonesy wants to accumulate rewards during the summer months. What do you reckon is the best stack to get for next season contender? Thinking about getting an elite level stack to run in season to win that ETH. Ooh, lads, give us some options in contender next season for like an elite contender stack. I mean, Celtic have to come into the equation. I think Celtic. I think Salzburg are going to come into the equation a little bit. Celtic, Salzburg. I know Shaforical's not going to be happy with this, but Dynamo Zagreb have to be in the conversation. Maybe Ozchek, just for you, Shaforical. I'm trying to think. Celtic. I mean, Lorient just got relegated is an interesting one. Lucas says, okay. Yeah, Ian says Salzburg. I'm really high on Salzburg. I know they've not been the SO5 team of late, like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. But under Pep, I really think, not Guardiola obviously, but I really think there could be something interesting there. So yeah, Bonesy, hope that helps, mate. Hope that gives you a little bit, to kind of attach on to maybe for the new season. Okay, Tangleberry. In August, I want to play Champ Classic and probably Challenger. I want to keep my Bayern and Middlesbrough lads, but unsure whether to sell the rest to either buy Bayern new signings or build a decent Challenger team. So yeah, Bayern signings. Who are you going to need? You're going to probably need Olise, realistically. Let's have a look. Champion. Salzburg. Yeah, Schlager. Well, didn't Blashwitz just go there? I'm not saying Schlager won't start, but I'm guessing... Excuse me. I'm guessing Blashwitz is going to be second choice, right? Bido, Sucic. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a few different stacks that could go on in at Salzburg. 100%. Shaforical's happy for once. We've managed to make Shaforical smile, lads. Mission accomplished. Okay. What was I going to say? Bayern stuff, wasn't it? So we know they're bringing in Olise. Let's argue you'd be okay for the defense of Bayern. You've got Simons already if he goes there. Basically, Olise. Who else are they going to buy? Oh, is it Schlager? I didn't realize Schlager's injury is bad. We will see. We will see who has the love next season, or the end of the season, to be more specific. I mean, you know more than me about the Croatian league. You do. I'll give you that. I've seen Dynamo are selling a lot of their players. Bulat's leaving, isn't he? Boško Sitalo's leaving, so maybe they aren't going to be as good as normal. But yeah, maybe it is Ozchek season. Stantich today. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Tom's off to the gym. We'll catch the rest of the stream later. Pleasure as always. And thanks again. No worries at all, Tom. Smash to the gym, mate. Yeah, let us know what you're working on first before you leave. And then we'll allow you to leave. Palin and Tar rumored. Okay. He must play there this season, Stantich. Yeah, where would he fit in, though? Maybe right back. Maybe Kimmich leaves. I've seen good rumors that The Kimmich might be on his way. But yeah, you want to play challengers. You got your Middlesbrough lads, but then you want to play champ. I want to keep the Bayern boys, but sure. So when you say sell the rest, is it like, are you willing to sell like Bellingham? And like, there's no point selling players like that, is there really? Just to improve on what like Bayern get? Or do you mean players like Mittelstadt maybe, and Stones, and Dalot, and Carvajal? Are those the type of players you mean you would sell? Trossards and whoever. Bayern did sign Ito, good point, yeah. Why do Bayern need so many centre-backs? Good point. I don't know. They seem like they just hoard centre-backs. I just need Mered's signing extension to be announced, yeah. Well, they have Sasha Bowie as well, don't they, at right back? Yeah, Jesus. Today's a huge leg day. Wow. Is that squats, deadlifts, or just machines? Let us know, and then you can go. Shiforko's off. No worries at all, Shiforko. Hope you have a great birthday, mate. And yeah, massive good luck for the upcoming season. So yeah, Tangleberry, I think I need a little bit more information on like who you... Oh, here we go. I'm up for selling pretty much anyone, really. Interesting. I mean, I don't think you should sell Bellingham, just to make that quite clear. It's tough, because, like, I know you won the Bayern boys, but it might not be optimal to get certain ones in over the players you already have, for example, right? Like, selling Saka for Elise might not be the play, if that makes any sense, you know? But probably keep Bellingham unless I can think of a better way to spend the money. Got you. Facundo Torres, nice pickup mod today. So I was actually looking at his Super Rare today. I actually made an offer on Basil's Super Rare of Facundo Torres. He's coming into a bit of form. Yeah, good player. I've watched him play live actually randomly. That's where I got this Orlando City shirt. That one. It doesn't have Facundo Torres on the back, but machines and squats I think, mate, can go now. Yeah, you can go now, mate. You've passed the leg day test. I'll let you off. Okay. So yeah, you probably do want to keep it better than him. But you know what I'm saying though with the Saka situation? Like, is Saka going to be better than Elise? Is kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, is that even... I'm not saying you have to sell Saka to get Elise, and you could sell Rice maybe, and that wouldn't be a... Like, I think selling Rice for Elise, if that's... I don't know what Elise's price is, but, you know, things like that I can see working. But... yeah, like I wouldn't sell Saka and Jude to get an Elise in personally. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, I still think keep the Bayern core. I'm not against that. The other option really is to sell most and move into rare. I wouldn't move into rare. You've got a really good core of players champ-wise. Tangleberry, I just don't think it's optimal really on this budget to move into rare. You're just not going to get the same success, unfortunately. Like, to emulate the cards you have here at rare level, you're talking like 5, 6, 7x probably the amount that, you know, your gallery's worth on paper. Like, to get them all in rare. I'm not saying you would do that or would have to do that, but you know what I mean. Like, imagine what you, like, have right now success-wise, and then, yeah, divide it by, like, 10, basically, as far as, like, the amount of times you're going to win, because it's just going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Not saying limited won't be tough, but you've already got a nice foothold here. I wouldn't really change that too much, but I would definitely like look into selling maybe a Rice for an Elise, stuff like that. Like, I would maybe, yeah, get in a few of the Bayern boys that way, but I definitely wouldn't sell like a Saka or a Jude for like whoever comes in. Hopefully Xavi Simons goes into Bayern, right? And you don't really have to do too much. It's kind of how I would look at that one. Okay, Dbar. So, really tempted to focus on under 23 for next season. Have Norwich, Kilmarnock and Excelsior. Players will move to different clubs. Playing for next season and an in-season Seattle stack. Fun. I like that. What would your advice be for me to do now on regarding under 23? Do I sell the rest of my gallery now and build it up for under 23, or do I try to start with one under 23 team? Hopefully, and build it up from there. So keep the rest. Thanks, Harry. Okay, let's have a look. Just catching up on the chat. Hey Harry, I just bought Angelo still at rare, and for a low budget type of manager, it's a big deal for me. I want to play him under 23. Thoughts? He looks a good player, mate. He scored really well last year. I saw some rumours that he might go to Bayern. I know that might have cooled down now. That was a few months ago. But he looks really good. Yeah, that seems like a good pickup, Rodrigo. I'm not mad about that. Kennedy, how'd you get reviewed? You have to be a channel member to be, excuse me, to be reviewed. Kenny. Shrew, thank you for the review. Hearty Boy and Prince were bought because of Shrew Connection got you. That makes sense, man. That makes sense. What do you think of the Vitinha Barcola combo for next season? That sounds fun, Apocalypto. That sounds really cool. Vitinha looks great. Just so you've got a great base, just churn and pick up some of the buy-in lads as you sell rewards. Don't sell the elite pieces, 100%. No worries, Tangleberry. No worries at all. Okay, back to Dbar. So, under 23. So I'm just checking out what you've got going on. So basically you're asking, should I sell everything and just go under 23, kind of? Or keep what I've got and play one under 23 team, right? So you've got Will Dennis, might get a nice move, hopefully. Any news on that? By the way, Ian, if you're still in here, any news on where Will Dennis is going to end up? Cavallina's a great start, though. So you've got your one definite keeper. Hopefully Casper Widow gets a move. Zagre as well. We need him to get a move, don't we? Lewis Mayo, okay. Yeah, so there's definitely move dependent defenders there. Julian Bass got a good move, so that's fun. Guzman, this guy's really good. Kenzo, he can score really, really well. Borges signs as well. Yeah, you're probably okay for midfielders if we're talking one team. Up front, Drewetch is definitely going to get a move. Troy Parrott the same. Josh Sargent. Yeah, I'd say for one team, you're fine. Like, under 23 is going to be fun, but obviously there's no in-season there, which is fine, whatever. I don't think you should just sell up all your other cards just to play under 23. I think you've already got a decent base. I would just continue to build around that, to be honest. I wouldn't bother just selling everything or, you know, selling whatever else you have to do that. I don't think it makes too much sense. Nice to see you have 2 Stefan Fries. Very fun. Yeah, keep the K-League boys, keep the J-League boys, whatever you've got there. I don't think you really need to mess with that too much. And yeah, I would just add and hope those under 23 pieces fall into place over the next few months, mate, and kind of take it from there, to be honest. So you got the Norwich lads, the Killy boys. Yeah, I think you're in an okay position. I wouldn't really bother selling like just for purely under 23. I think you've got a decent core. Kilmarnock would be my guess, but they've been working to try and get him back. Oh, have they? I didn't realise that. Oh, I hope they can work a bit harder and actually get him back. But yeah, Dennis, let me know if that helps-ish. But yeah, I wouldn't. I would stick with what you got. Maybe add another goalkeeper to make it like potentially 3 goalkeepers going into the season. But I think you've got Dennis and Cavallina is probably enough to get by for now. I wouldn't really bother too much right now. Just kind of see how the Seattle stack goes, because yeah, everyone seems to be hard on Seattle stacks. I saw McBride buy a few Seattle super rares today. Yeah, everyone's finally catching on to Seattle being the probably the MLS stack for the next few weeks, with their fixture running. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense to you, mate. Okay, Charlie Dbar. So want to compete in under 23, capital letters. Under 23 rare with multiple teams come next season. Any holes you think I need fill in? I feel a little light in smash guys and forwards. I brought in a Kavicha to try and help, but I feel I might be a piece too short. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, has my thing died? Oh no, I'm back. Am I back? Yeah, I thought my trackpad died then, but we're back. Okay, let's see what we got then. So, Bart, Mama. Let me go by scarcity, sorry. So we've got Bart, Mama, and Majewski. I'm guessing age is out, no? Unless he's got like an elite birthday. Yeah, he does age out. Okay, so we're talking 2 teams effectively right now. How do you become a member? Basically, you see like the Nightbot in the chat. There should be a link where it says, scroll up a little bit and it says, do you want your gallery to be reviewed and lineups built? And basically you just become a member of the channel. So it's £4 a month to become a member. You get private Discord access. You get your lineups built every week, twice a week, and you get a monthly gallery review. So yeah, those celebration cards hit different for sure. For sure. So in defense, we've got Araujo could get a decent move. Gahey, fun. Mendes, nice. Kenk could be okay somewhere. Lewis Hall on his day. Botman, Van Ewyck. I think Sabi's out for 2 or 3 weeks, but he's a really good player when he's just, yeah, really, really good player when he can sort of be fit. Singo, fun. Darlin, probably ages out. Sequin needs a move. So you got what? How many nailed there? Gahey, Mendes, 2, 3. Yeah, you've probably got. Yeah, you've got 4 or 5 defenders there. I think that's fine. If you're running 2 lineups, you're gonna need 4, 5, 6 defenders on average, and I think you've probably got that. Just came back, Charlie did. That's mental. That's mad. They still don't have a goalkeeper, and they play Cercle Bruges in qualifying shortly. No other names mentioned. I thought Hibs with the Bournemouth link, but now that's obviously settled. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Really weird. Hopefully they get Dennis back. Okay. Midfielders then. Alan Meada could be quite fun maybe if he doesn't move. Blanco, Onana's pretty nailed. Ooh, Felix could be okay. Well, he could be actually really good. Disciple. I would say you're short on mids if I'm being honest. I would say there's a lack of midfielder quality outside of like MDC, Felix. Gobo's okay, but like MDC, Felix, Onana, like there's probably 3 mids there that I could trust on a given game week. Right now, I probably want 4 at least, I would say. I definitely think you're short of 1 mid at least, maybe 2 if we're being pushy. Up front, Kavicha, Nico, love it. Saito is, yeah, I'm guessing he's still going to be under 23. Obviously, MLS boys, Gordon. Yeah, you're fine. I'd say you're fine for up front. I'd say you're missing like an elite mid, personally. That would be the obvious thing for me. Yeah, elite mid is where I think we're lacking there, Charles. If I'm being honest. Okay. Moving on to Adriano. So, Adriano, goal is to win as much cards as possible in Classic Premier League and La Liga and build from there in in-season comps. I want to focus on Premier League and La Liga only. Only 2 or 3 other players from other leagues will stay for Champ and international teams. Sounds good. I do plan to buy some in-season players for La Liga. Could you recommend 5 bargain players from each position? Sharing this screenshot with you, maybe it would give you an idea of what I'm trying to do and share your thoughts. Thank you, Harry. Okay, let's have a look. So, Premier League. So you got Alisson, Trent, McAllister, Salah. So you got Liverpool boys there. I mean, it looks like you've got loads of depth in midfield, in Premier League, but only 1 goalkeeper. So we definitely need more goalkeepers there, right, Adriano? Like I'm looking at the screenshot that you sent me. No worries, Charles. Yeah, I think I'm missing a guy from. Yeah, you're definitely missing a mid guy. Maybe defender if we're being picky, but Gordon Isak likely save for the Newcastle stat. Okay. I still think without Gordon and Isak, you're probably okay for forward. I just think midfield is glaringly obvious. Big time. But yeah, it looks like you've got Alisson, Kelleher. Well, we can kind of just look at it from on here because I guess let's just do it from Prem. So like you have obviously Alisson, and then you've got like loads of decent defenders. Not loads, but enough. Really good mids as well. Again, more than you need for just one lineup. And then again, you've got 4 good forwards as well. So it's like, I think you definitely need one more goalkeeper. It seems to me, Adriano, for Premier League at least. And then for La Liga, you've got, let's see if we can do this way. I just saw we did get a new member. Can he just become a member? Love that, mate. Thank you so much for becoming a member. So there should be a link in the community tab on YouTube now that you've become a member to the Discord. Get yourself in the Discord if you haven't already. And there's a monthly gallery review channel. And you basically just submit your, what you want, your gallery to be reviewed. There's a template to kind of fill in. It's not too difficult. But yeah, Kenny, thank you so much for becoming a member, mate. It does really mean a lot to me. And yeah, we'll get your gallery reviewed at the end of the stream. Okay. So yeah, La Liga, we've got Courtois, Lunin, but Lunin's not going to start. So you potentially bringing in ter Stegen, and Masip is an interesting one. Okay. You got Bellingham, Mbappe, Luis Perez in defense. So you definitely need. Oh, you got Carvajal. I mean, yeah, your best team is what? Courtois, Carvajal, Jude, and Mbappe, but he hasn't fully moved over onto Sorare yet. But yeah, okay. Then an extra player. Pepelu, Soroth, Gundogan, Rodrigo. Oh, you're going to bring them in. Got you. So you're going to bring in Pepelu in season, Soroth in season. I don't mind that. Luis Perez in season, Masip in season. Okay. And then Ligue 1, you've got Trofei, Andre Dembele, but no goalkeeper. And then in Bundesliga, you got Herdecki, Grimaldo, Promes, Hincapié. Serie A, you got Mike Mignon, Theo. Okay. Let me go back. So you've got Mignon, Herdecki, Courtois, Alisson. You're definitely going to need another Premier League keeper for me. I think that one's an obvious one. You're gonna bring. You're gonna sell. Got you. So you're gonna sell all the Liga and players. Sorry, yeah. So the guys you've highlighted in yellow are gonna be sold. So like Trofei, Andre Dembele, Herdecki, Promo, Salai. Okay, Tuta. You're gonna sell Bowen. You're gonna sell your Grosses. You're gonna sell Douglas Luiz. Got you. Gonna bring in Gordon and Son. Interesting. But if you're still doing that, I still think you could have another Premier League keeper for me. And then could I recommend 5 bargain players from each position? I'll have to work on that for you, Adriano. I don't think I could do that in this stream right now. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Adriano, get yourself a Raya. You've got so much Prem quality. 100%. Definitely needs a Prem keeper. 100%. I think that one's the most obvious one, isn't it? But yeah, as far as like the budgets, like the thing is, you've got so many good players. Like you don't really want to add too many budget players to it, really, because it like devalues how good of the players you have already, type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I will give you a few names off stream. I'll kind of get you a little list. But yeah, I can't really think of them off the top of my head. And yeah, I want to kind of give you, some really good options. But yeah, Raya is a good start for goalkeeper. I think goalkeeper needs to be something you nail down quite quickly with Premier League, because you do have a lot of outfield quality that needs to be accommodated. So yeah, let me know if that works for you, and yeah, we'll get back with you with some nice options. So Ben, we got Kennedy, we've got Drake, we've got Ian, and then we're going into the new boys. So Skimpy, Apocalypto, actually AG is in there as well, Cameron as well, and Stan. A lot of the old boys are in there. Mohammed's in there as well. And then yeah, that's kind of it. So we've got 5 or 6 left. Okay, sorry, I've just got a few messages. I see Sorare Kenny just joined. Love that, mate. But yeah, Kenny, get your Alex won a Julian Alvarez. Love that. Simon won Romero. Wow, that's great. Ooh. Shrew won Paul Wanner. Not bad, not bad. Sorry. Okay. Back to business. Okay, Ben. You want to move into under 23/champ. Ipswich fans, so we'll buy new season rare collection when it drops, but will probably hold my championship players due to enjoying watching it. Sounds good. Probably could use some guidance on some key players to pick up for under 23, like the idea of some cheaper players from contender exec to win the big boys from champ. I'm weak at goalkeeper, and at pretty much all over the gallery. Okay, sounds good. Let's have a look at the under 23s. So I don't know whether you have been watching the stream for all of this. But basically we did a probably an hour ago, wasn't it? We did a little under 23 like skim through Sorare data of some of the contender boys that could be good next season again. So yeah, go back and watch that, Ben, if you didn't watch it live, because yeah, we kind of went through some nice names. Again, it's really hard with contender because so many things can change. Like if good under 23 contender boys have good seasons, they normally move. So you kind of hoping, you know, to buy cards or wait for these guys to not move, you know, or like be announced that they're not going to move, and then like kind of take the plunge on them. Anyway, you said you're not strong at goalkeeper. This is strong. Van der Voort, Leo Roman. That sounds strong to me. This guy's very expensive for his age. Do we know why that is? Like, is he gonna be starting somewhere next season? Because that feels very, that just feels relatively expensive. Isn't he like the new Neuer, or did I just make that up? I swear I heard that somewhere. Anyway, Leo Roman's gonna be okay somewhere. Van der Voort hopefully starts for Leipzig. So you got 1.5 keepers there realistically. For now, maybe 2, maybe 3 with that young kid. Sorry. I wouldn't say you're weak at goalkeeper though, Ben. I wouldn't. Okay, Nathan Patterson, Fofana, Cowell, nice. Gehi, nice. Arno Martinez, Tanguy, Bobby Thomas. Okay, Lewis Binks. Yeah, maybe you're missing one of the really good defender, I would say. Enzo, nice. Moran hopefully gets a nice little move. Burshoff hopefully pulls through next season. Emil Smith Rowe might age out. Carney, Chukwuemeka, Taith Chong, Asprilla's pretty fun. Jacob Ramsey, Danilo, Broholm, Memeled. Yeah, I'd say you're okay in mid for now, as long as moves and situations kind of fall in place. I'd say mid you can get away with. Madueke, Molero, Pirot. I'm pretty sure Pirot would age out, wouldn't he? At this point, yeah. Brennan Aronson, Zaragoza, Gift Orban. I'd say you are probably missing a forward. I'd say there's definitely a forward in here that needs to be added. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. Do you reckon Grassy will still be a monster? I'd be shocked if he, wasn't a good scorer. I don't know whether he'll score as well, but there'll definitely be goals in there for him. I'd be shocked if there weren't. Shrew just got to jump off. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all, Shrew. Hope you have a great day, mate. Or the rest of your day. Yeah, really appreciate you. But yeah, I think Grassy will be fine. I don't see much wrong with him. But anyway, I'd say forward and defenders is where Colwell, you do... Okay, I take that back. Defenders, you're kind of okay. It's more forwards is my issue. And maybe midfielders if I'm being picky. One midfielder. Maybe even 2 forwards if I'm being honest. Maybe. If Bello started, there is definitely things here that could transpire and be fun for you. But I definitely think at least 1 forward, 1 mid. At a minimum. And yeah, it's that thing of we want them to be from contender. And there's definitely some good contender boys that, like I said, if you go back and have a look in the stream, there is a few names that we mentioned that could turn out to be good. Like Applecamp and Tiolis, I don't know how you spell his name or pronounce his name, the guy from Norwich basically, or was at Norwich, but both played for Dusseldorf. If they ended up, if that little mini stack continues to stay, then, for next season, that could be a fun little situation. Nico Castro as a midfielder for whoever he plays for in the Spanish second division. Elche, is it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but, things like that those are the situations you probably want to get involved in. But like I said, we went through a few of them before, so if you want to scroll back, if you can, Ben, and have a little look at that. But yeah, no, I think you're in a good position. I think you're in an okay position, but there definitely is some strengthening of mid and forward is the two positions I see weakest there for you, mate. 100%. Okay, Kennedy, you've been in for 2 hours and 11 minutes, or maybe you jumped out and jumped back in, so I'll let you off. But yeah, no, let's get this cracking. Alex, yeah, we are still going. Was it 2 hours, 11 minutes. I feel like we've done a few of these before where they were 4 hours. Which I don't think this one's going to be. We've got Kennedy, Drake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 left. Yeah, we probably go to 3 hours, don't we? We probably go to 3 hours. Okay. So, put together a gallery that can play at least 2, eventually 3 lineups across Premier League and Bundes. Under 23 will eventually come, but that is prioritized behind the big 3. Champcom, sounds good. I have a spreadsheet for you, for guys I have / looking at. I'll DM it to you. Yes, perfect. Just to give you your thoughts on any missing one. Okay, so let's go back over to that. Now, I know I appreciate you can't see this on the screen, lads. Let me go to Kennedy's gallery because Kennedy does have a very, very nice gallery. Let's just go like champ. Let's just do it this way. Yeah, the first few were getting on 4 hours. Yeah, they were, weren't they? They were really, really hefty. Okay. So you brought the Mbaps in. Obviously, Bells, Kane, Wirtz. We've got a lot of quality here. Okay, I'm just looking at the screenshots. So I'm obviously had to update the sheets with recent transfer news. Still reads the same way. Cells with no fill I already have. Dark red I want. Light red I have, but the transfer risks. And light blue I have, but they need to move to be viable. Give me your thoughts on some of those with question marks. For example, I don't know whether to go with Musiala or Kimmich for my big next move. Okay. Let me have a look at the screenshots then. So La Liga. So dark red is the ones you want. So bringing in Militao, yeah, I think that it has to be done, doesn't it, to pair with your Courtois for sure. I know you already have Carvajal, but Militao might be a bit more stable, as you obviously know. You want to bring in a Velez, which could be quite fun at Betis. I think that works on a bit of a budget. Severa is near Deportivo, I believe. So you got Mingueza, Carvajal. Fornals could be fun next season. Soroth, Tuameni. You've already got them. Baina could be a fun one for Villarreal. Aspas, always solid in that league, isn't he? Arribas, yeah. What's the everyone seems to be talking about Arribas. How do you spell it? Double R. Sergio. Ah, okay. So it's the Almeria kid. Didn't they go down? Didn't Almeria go down, or am I just? Yeah, they did. Or did he get bought by somebody? He must have got bought by someone, no? Surely. Did he get bought by someone? I'm buying a Rodri next. Have the money. Just waiting one to pop around 1k, guy. He's room to transfer back up, got you. And then you've got like Camavinga in there. Vicente's in there. Pepelu's a fun one. Rafinha. I'd be worried about Rafinha moving maybe. Cardoso could be fun. Mosquera. Okay, so that's La Liga. Let me have a look at. So, Premier League, you got Pickford, Guardiola, Saka. You want to buy a Gordon and then Trent for the extra. And then Raya, Diaz, want to buy Rodri, want to buy João Pedro. You've already got Odegaard, okay. And then Leno / Ramsdale. White, Smith Rowe, Nketiah. This is like, yeah, could be a third lineup for you potentially. And then some potential pickups. Branthwaite, Akanji, Wharton, Caicedo, Kudus, could be fun. Trossard, Cunha. Callum Hudson-Odoi. What about like a Morgan Gibbs-White or something? I'm sure he's not that expensive for like midfielder, like as that third option maybe. Yeah, Smith Rowe might get a favourable move potentially. You'd like to think he'd, leave at some point. But yeah, Rodri's the big one there, isn't it? Because that gives you like two really strong Premier League teams there, right? Diaz, Rodri, João Pedro, or whoever up front, Odegaard, Raya, and then the first lineup of Pickford, Guardiola, Saka, Gordon, Trent. So it seems like your Premier League forwards is where you need strengthening, but I always thought you had, like, who are your Premier League forwards? I see you got Elise in there as well. I see you brought Militao in. Okay, so Militao's been brought in. What did I want to see? Prem forwards. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Prem forwards is where you really need to improve, isn't it? Thoughts on Wharton versus Caicedo? And yes, Morgan Gibbs-White, I just want to see if he moves. Fair points. Yeah, there was those Spurs rumours, wasn't there, for a bit. Yeah, Wharton Caicedo's a weird one, isn't it? I think from like an overall like utility perspective, I'd like to think Caicedo's the play, like with international utility, if you care about that. Like you'd like to think Chelsea are going to improve next season, and he's going to play most games. He's quite unique in what he does. He obviously is very comparable to Wharton, but like, does Wharton outscore Caicedo over the season? I don't know. Like, he does have some good scores, don't get me wrong. Wharton does have some really good scores. I can't argue with that. But, like, Palace are going to have some worse games than... Like, Palace are going to have more, like, average games, which probably result in him scoring more averagely than a Caicedo would, I'd imagine. But, you know, this is first half a season in the Prem, and you know, he's only going to get better. Like, there is that to it as well. So, yeah. Why can't I spell Caicedo? I'm being stupid. I don't know. I just feel like he's a little bit more 100 capable for me, Caicedo. I really only have Martinelli, who I think will bounce back. I wanted to see what Arsenal will do. Yeah, forward is definitely where you're weakest, right? That's the obvious one. João Pedro could be really fun. Gordon, I think, is a great option. João Pedro, though, half the price, or more than half the price of Gordon. I think that could be where I'd be putting my money first, even though Gordon's going to be a good pickup at some point. If Mateta doesn't leave, that could be quite fun. At 65 quid. I can definitely see that working. And then, sorry, looking at your Bundesliga stuff. So, Hideki, Grimaldo, Palacios, but transfer speculation, of course. Wirtz or Lise, that's fun. Neuer would have to buy Alphonso Davies. Would have to buy Ritzy Dohan. Kane, Musiala. Would have to buy Musiala. Yeah, the Musiala Kimmich one's interesting. I think Kimmich is going to leave. I really think Kimmich is going to leave. Hudson-Odoi, a really sneaky choice. He played well for Forest. Mateta too if he doesn't leave. Yeah, I think Callum Hudson-Odoi is a really good player. So I'm just feeling my camera to see how warm it is. That sounds really weird, but yeah, there's a reason behind it. Anyway, I think Musiala over Kimmich for me all day. I think Kimmich leaves somewhere, which that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be bad, but like I do worry a little bit there. I think Musiala has less risks, younger, and all that fun stuff. I think it has to be Musiala over Kimmich for me. It really does. Yeah. Just looking, yeah, best day, Kramaric you already got, Kane you already got. Coleman could go somewhere, couldn't he? Coleman could definitely go somewhere. Okay. I think you're in a good little position. Obviously, yeah. I think Premier League, like you said, Premier League's the bread and butter. But yeah, Rodri being the big... Yeah, Rodri's a big one, isn't he? I've always thought Kimmich is a bit overrated SO5, whereas I think Musiala's a safer choice. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. 100%. 100%. Right, let's move on to Drake. I keep going into lineup building now. We're not lineup building. So Drake wants to play under 23 limited with 3 lineups and then fill in lineups for other comps. Just want some tips on some areas to strengthen under 23 and maybe challenger. I know I need some more goalkeepers, just not sure who to go with or where to go with them. Probably won't make the stream. All good, mate. All good, pal. Let's have a look at under 23s. Like we said, goalkeepers are a weird one this year for under 23s. I mean, they're always a weird one, but... Okay, yeah, so we haven't got anyone from you. Well, we got Solina, technically. Depending on where he ends up going on loan. Matson, Cole Willis. Yeah, we got the... Oh, Reece James, age out. Melanda, Christopher Richards. Thanks as always, Harry. I've got head out. No worries at all, Kennedy. Yeah. Kennedy prompting the boys. Make sure we leave a like. Appreciate you all still being here, lads. Still 37 of you in here. That's honestly absolute troopers. Absolute troopers. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I think defense you could get away with. I think you're pretty fine in defense, to be honest, Kennedy. Midfield, Tillman, Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo. You got a nice base, Reina. I think you got a decent base. Johnny, Mudryk, Gallagher. Gallagher might age out, maybe. Yeah, Gallagher ages out. Julian Bass. Yeah, I think you're okay. I think you're okay in midfield. It's obviously goalkeepers where... This was the guy I was on about, Ben, if you're watching. Christos Tyrolis. Keep an eye on him. Bakwa's a good one as well. To keep an eye on, Ben, if you're looking for under 23, like under the radar boys. Not that he's that under the radar, but he's definitely... Yeah, he's definitely in the conversation. Yeah, I think forward you're kind of okay as well. Does Jackson have one more year? Yeah, he does. Yeah, goalkeepers is the issue. Let me just do a quick little... This is for anyone looking for under 23 keepers for next season, which this is not going to be an exact science, but I'll just kind of give you the ones that like should be okay type of thing. And we'll go from there. So Majewski ages out. Mamadashvili's going to find a space. Same for Leo Roman. I think they were both on loan, but I can't see how they don't play. Trubin's obviously nailed. Dennis hopefully goes back to Kilmarnock. This Gutlebauer should play. I don't know where Stankovic is going to end up. Fritschel ages out. Tani's obviously over the, playing over the summer. Costa ages out. Nazawa plays over the summer. I'll probably miss a few here, but yeah, Jorgensen looks pretty nailed at Villarreal. Suzuki, a really good option at St. Trudenens. Definitely good option in him. Atabolu will play. Don't know what's going to go on with Campos. I think so far, Obed's a good interesting one as well from Paris. So Obed and Zion Suzuki are probably the two that stand out so far from like a price perspective as well as age. Van der Vaart should play for Leipzig, but there's no guarantees. Dan Dramad should play for Ajax, but he's a little bit too expensive, I think. Lowell ages out. I don't know what's going to happen with the Riza Balaga or Destanoglu. Same for Tepe. Petrovic ages out. Urbig's going to play for Cologne, I believe. Yaya Fafana should play for Angers again. Hadel's an interesting one, I think, for that price. I think Hadel's got to be in the conversation. Layson's in the conversation as well. Yeah, Kenny, sorry. The Discord message did go through, mate. It did go through. We're all good. So yeah, Drake, those are some options there for you, mate. So yeah, pick wisely. Okay, Ian. Ian is up next, and Ian wants to play contender and maybe put out an under 23 lineup. Is my gallery strong enough to win rewards? Is there any specific players that I should get rid of? Thanks, mate. Okay, let's have a look. So when you say rewards, like what rewards are we talking? Are we talking essence? Are we talking star rares? It's a broad statement. But what are we working with? So Hadel, fun. Yanez, Mavogo. So you've already got a nice little under 20. Like, let me see how good your under 23s are first, and I'll tell you if you've got half a chance. So Hadel, Rosas, if he starts, great. Mendy, another good option. Applecamp, love it. Castro, okay, you got a few of the boys that we've mentioned already. Great. Serrano, Davidashvili. Mate, if the situation still stay the same for a lot of these players, you've got an under 23 core there. You've got players that can hit really good scores, and those will win you rewards as long as things like that happen. Yeah, of course you can, Jason. You can join in. You just need to join the Discord, and you need to throw in your gallery, like information and stuff into the monthly gallery review tab in the Discord, which is on the communities tab on YouTube, and yeah, you can get going that way. Shredder laugh for next season. Yeah, sorry, mate. That's another one as well, Victor. Good point. Good point there. Very good point. I think you're good for under 23, mate. I think you've got a chance on certain game weeks, there will be chances for you to hit rewards 100%, as long as like loads of those players don't move into bad situations, bad clubs, right? I think you've got, you know, half a chance there. Like, I'm not going to know the ins and outs of all of these players individually for me to be like, you should sell that guy specifically, because that's not what I like to do, or that's not like the purpose of these gallery reviews from my standpoint. Like, I just like being able to look at things and go, okay, is that forward contingency strong enough? Yes, no, blah, 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 right? But I think there's an argument to say maybe go all in on under 23, mate. Maybe buy out another few goalkeepers and just go and try and smash under 23. I think under 23 is going to be the easiest place to win rewards. Not to say it's going to be easy, but it should just be a little bit easier than some of the other comps, in my opinion, on a budget. Maybe just scrap everything else and go under 23, because you've got a really good core already. I think there's definitely merit in that somewhere. So yeah, Ian, let me know how that sounds. I mean, if you don't want to go all in on under 23, I'm not saying you have to do that, but it's just an idea. Right, we're into some of the new boys now. So Skimpy, thank you for becoming a member, mate, firstly. And this might not be, yeah, this is your gallery. New to Sorare, but want to play under 23 and maybe something else. Got like €150 budget, looking to buy more / in need of a goalkeeper. Okay, let's see what you've got going on. So, Balikwisha, lovely pickup, love it. Eric Garcia, just having a look at what you've got so far. Glesson, so quite a few Challenger boys. So what have you been playing so far? Have you been playing Challenger? Have you been playing Cap 240? Like how, well, you might not even be able to play Cap 240 if you're that new, but I'm just having a look. So Contender, you've got a couple of keepers. Okay, so you've got Daegu boys, a couple of J-Leagues. Okay. Heber. And then Challengers. I've had a lot of fun since I went more under 23 focus. This is what I'm saying now. This is what I'm saying, mate. I'll say. So it looks like you've got no goalkeepers in Challenger yet. You've got a couple of defenders, no mids. Okay. Yeah, maybe work into maybe a little Seattle stack if you're looking to buy some Challenger keepers that aren't under 23. Maybe like Stefan Fry and Rusnak in midfield. There's definitely a few options you could like bulk out the players you already have here. Like if we're talking MLS guys. If we're not talking MLS guys, then then that's just irrelevant. And then for under 23 itself, so no goalkeepers. Well, we just went through the goalkeepers, so we can kind of look into how those will look. Garcia's a nice little base as long as he's in a good position next season with Girona or whoever. I don't think he'll play for Barcelona personally, so hopefully Girona buy him. I don't know the exact situation there with him, but that's something to keep an eye on. And yeah, goalkeepers, like I said, there was a few options. Heydel, Obed, the one from Paris. There's a few options under 15, 20 quid. Layson, you can get you can get by, especially with if you got €150 budget, that you could buy probably two or three under 23 lineups. I would say maybe two, maybe three. I don't know, 2 or 3 under 23 lineups if you really wanted to. With if each goalkeeper costs 15 quid, there's 45 quid. The outfielders, then you've got 100 quid then for like 10, 15 outfielders. That's kind of how I would probably play it if you want to go all in on under 23. If you don't, then maybe buy a few MLS guys. Like I said, a few of the Seattle guys. Stefan Fry, Jackson Reagan, Andrade. That's like a double defensive stack. 2 defenders, 1 goalkeeper. And then Rusnak your midfielder. Jordan Morris as your forward. That's an easy MLS team there if you want to get stuck into that. But yeah, let me know how that works, mate. And yeah, any questions, please do let me know. Okay, Shamrock. Shamrock's written us a dissertation, it looks like. He's looking to get his doctorate out of the old Discord. Okay, so he wants to play Challenger with MLS for the rest of the season and then play 1 Challenger lineup and 1 Premier League lineup for the European season, both classic. Couple of things. Since I started playing Sorare, I've put in a little over $200, but have never made any money. As my gallery is sitting just over $150, I've always had lots of fun playing Sorare, and for this European season, I would love to go out and pick up some real smashes for a Premier League team, as it's my favourite league to watch. But my lack of profit in the game kind of makes me hesitate from putting money in. In your opinion, is it worth to put a good chunk of money in and buy a really good Premier League team? Or should I try and sell some of the players I have and work from there? Obviously, you're not a financial expert. I won't blame you for the outcome of any of your advice. I'll attach a picture of how I organize my gallery below, but I obviously have some gaps in Challenger and also what I feel is a lot of excess cards that are mediocre to bad players that aren't very useful, such as my Prem team from last year or my MLS substitute players. What would you recommend doing with these excess players? Also, if any players come in mind that you would be helpful to buy for either Challenger or Prem, would be great for you to share. Quite a lot of information, so sorry for that, mate. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. Oh my God, what has Kennedy done? What has Kennedy got? What has happened? What has happened? Feels like these Essence boxes have been a bit OP. There's no way. Oh my God, did you just get Vinny? Oh, you got Costa. Oh my God. That is bloody mental. From a 40 Essence. You are one lucky boy, mate. I tell you that. That is ridiculous. Like, actually stupid. What the hell? These Essence capsules are just OP, aren't they? It feels like people are just getting way too good of rewards. And it was number 99 as well. So you basically got like the last Costa. Did I skip you, Apocalypto? I did. Sorry, mate. I did actually skip you. My bad. Shamrock, let me go back to do Apocalypto. I don't know how I do that always every stream. I always seem to miss one person out for whatever reason. Let me go back and do Apocalypto. Sorry, AG. But we've already read it, so at least I can kind of go straight into why can't I spell? I can't believe that win, by the way. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Sorry, AG, and sorry, Apocalypto as well. Okay. Let's get into this. Gallery is champion only, and I only started... And now I started buying some under 23 from Champ, so I'm going to have 2 under 23 teams. Need some help on strengthening the under 23 teams. Okay, let's have a look. This should be nice and straightforward, then we'll get into AGs. No, it's all good. It's all good. Sorry, I couldn't spell for the life of me. That Costa win's mental, by the way. Like, actually mental. I really think, though, the Essence stuff is, like, bumped up right now. Like, it's way, way too OP. Like, give me some Essence. So, what, you use this one, basically. So, it was a tier 4 or above, and you basically got, you got a star rare. Which is just mental. Okay, under 23. Van der Voort, Labrovic ages out. Kavlina should be good at Oz checks. That's great. So, again, we don't know what goes on with Van der Voort. You've basically got 1.5 goalkeepers there, in my opinion, right now. You might have 2 if Van der Voort walks in, but Galashi is club captain, so there is definitely risk there. Yeah, just kind of making you aware of that. So, Guardiol, Davis, Van der Ven, Ian Matson, great, Poro. You look great in defence. I wouldn't really add too much there. I think you've got enough on a weekly basis. Foden, Saka, Simons. Wow, you won Saka as a reward. That's insane. Caicedo, Kudus, Tchouameni, but he's going to age out. Lee Kang in, Seiwald. Again, if you're only playing 2 teams every game week, I don't think you need to do much there. Genuinely now. It is a Euro and Copper card. Good point. You can only win cards that are in the Euros. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Well, I did, but yeah, forgot. And then up front, Nico, Isak. Is Isak aging out or are we good? Yeah, I think, yeah, Isak ages out. Does he actually? Because he's 24. Yeah, he does age out. So you've got Nico. Does Boniface age out? No, Boniface is fine. You've got João Pedro and Madueke. So you've basically got, yeah, you've got 3.5. You've got 3.5 forwards there for me. Like, Madueke on his day can be really good, obviously. Sorry, lads. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Mate, honestly, like, I'm not seeing many holes, realistically. Now, I just want to see what you've got for champs and see, like, how many of those under-23s will have to be played there. It looks like not many. Courtois, Vicario, Sommer, Ter Stegen. Yeah, you've got plenty of Grimaldo, Theo Hernandez. Yeah, yeah. Mate, I think you're in a really good position, genuinely now. Like, I'm not seeing where you're going to need to strengthen for under-23, realistically. Like, João Pedro, Isak, Nico. I just don't see... sorry, not Isak. Boniface, Nico, João Pedro, Madueke. Sorry, I'm not seeing where you're going to, like, need extra players. Like, if you're only going to play 2 lineups in under-23, you're going to need maximum of 4 really good, like... If you're playing double midfielder, you're going to need 4 midfielders every week, right? Foden, Saka, Simons, and then one of Caicedo, Kudus, Lee Kang-in, Seiwell. Like, you have 4. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably never use Foden and Saka in under-23, so I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. That's what I was going to say. I didn't realise who would actually play. To be fair, Foden isn't even under-23 next season, so... Yeah, let me disregard him. So it's basically Saka, Simons, Caicedo, Kudus, Kang-in, Seiwell. So you still have 5. 4. Yeah, so that... no, you got... 5, yeah. Simons, Caicedo, Kudus, Lee Kang-in, and Seiwell. So yeah, maybe there's room for one more. Thinking about Bayern. Yeah, Bayern works. I don't think you need to spend a ton. Like, I'm not... I don't think you need to spend a ton on another player. Yeah, Bayern could work, for sure. But yeah, I just don't think there's that much room for you to really buy too much else, genuinely. Like I said, yeah, if you're going to use Saka, Foden elsewhere... and Tchouaméni because he's going to age out. And yeah, maybe one more. But I don't think you're like in massive need of that, genuinely. I really, really don't. Nico, Isak, Boniface, Nico, João Pedro. Like, if we're being really picky, having like a Vinny or Rodrigo or something for forward maybe bumps that up a little bit, if we're being really picky. But outside of that, mate, I wouldn't really do too much. Like I said, maybe one midfielder and maybe a forward if we're like talking about trying to get like an elite forward in, if that's possible, you know. That's kind of where I'm at. So Apocalypto, excuse me, you're in a very good position, mate. I don't think there's much need for some maneuvering. I love the Lee Kang-in. I need to buy myself a Lee Kang-in. Under 23 is basically a throwaway team for me. Basically, I still want to be competitive. Yeah, no, you will be competitive. I'm telling you, you will be competitive there. 100%. I can guarantee you that. 100% you'll be competitive there. With the choices you have, I guarantee it. You'll be very competitive there. Right, back to AG, right? So obviously we've gone through the dissertation. And yeah, the whole, you put $200 in and you're at $150, right? I think, like, from that standpoint, from like anyone that's like looking to put £100 into this game or £150 or $200, right? Whatever that, you know, amount is, ultimately you're coming in to play this game for fun. Like, you can't expect to come into this game with £150 and expect to return double or triple unless you get stupidly lucky and you win a massive prize and it's all great, right? But very small, you know, minimal amounts of people do that. I'm not saying you can't do it, but realistically, most people who come into this game with £150, $200 should be coming in thinking, you know, what fun can I have with this game? Rather than like, oh, what's my ROI going to be? And I'm not saying that's how you're thinking, AG. But I know what you're thinking in that, like, if I put more in, am I just going to completely lose it all, right? For me, if you're talking about like buying a really good Prem team I think you've got to be looking at in-season for me. I know that might be not where you want to be, but if you're talking like what can you get out of it, I think that's the most black and white way now to look at Sorare from an ROI perspective. If you're going to do that, is that like, okay, I'm going to come in with £500 and I'm going to buy a limited Premier League team. Over the course of the season, what can I return that team? Or what can that team return me? And kind of go from there. Cameron says, that's what I had to do. Wake up to a couple months. I love the game again. Yeah, you know, at that point, you just got, like, you can't expect to come into the game and like, actually view it from, like, a purely ROI perspective. It has to be, like, 90% fun, 10% ROI. Whereas if you're coming in with, like, 500 quid for the new in-season Premier League cards, you could be a bit more, right, okay, ROI time. Like, what can this get me over the course of the season? AG likes his thinking. Love that. Love that. Ian says, I started like that. The most important thing is play what you know. I play SPL, Scottish Premier League, for the year and learn to other leagues along the way. 100%. You've got to ease your way in. And like AG, if AG does watch a lot of Prem, and that's where, you know, his knowledge is, then that's where, if I was to put a chunk of money in, it would be there, right? That kind of makes a lot of sense. As far as, like, when you mentioned the excess pieces, like, I would try and just get rid of them, if I'm being honest. Like, they're not going to be that of much use to you, realistically. I'm looking at your gallery thing now. So you got European season, Premier League, excuse me, Challenger, got a couple of gaps, and then extras like Hummels and Matson, some nice extras, and then yeah, US season. So you got Challenger, yeah, some of the substitute, like keep Ladero, for example, things like that. But you know, like, if there's players that you'll never use, get rid of them. It would be probably my, like, blanket statement on that. But yeah, that's how I would play the Premier League stuff. Sorry, lads, my nose is doing its thing. Sebastian says, under 23 is my favourite to play, but gonna be honest, having some Premier League utility cards as well could be fun. I have Tottenham stack since I'm a Tottenham fan. 100%. I think playing Premier League and under 23 is a lovely little mix. Really is. Yeah, AG, like, I think it's a case of, yeah, I'd probably wait for in-season Prem cards. My Europe teams are a shambles right now, but that's fine. That's fine. I'd say wait for in-season Premier League stuff. Don't buy the first few mints and just kind of see what your budget could afford you. And I would honestly take it from there. And at that point, then maybe look at it as a bit more of an ROI stuff. But the first $200 that you put into this game, like you have or whatever, you just got to look at it as it's just fun. Like, it just has to be. You know, it's your ticket into learning the game, understanding the game. And, like, yeah, like a $200 mistake isn't that detrimental. I know that's relative to everyone, but you know what I mean. Like, just as a general statement. Whereas if that was a $2,000 mistake, which that's what this game used to be for a lot of people. People coming in with that types of money on a regular basis and just losing it because mistakes and players and whatever, right? Malo Gusto next year for under 23. Could be a fun one. Lewis, what's going on, mate? Can you look at my account? Well, this is a smart thing for me to do. So these gallery reviews are for members only, unfortunately, mate. So I can't just review your gallery knowing that other people have paid for this effectively. So, yeah, I hope you understand that. If you want to become a member, you know, the offer's there. But, yeah, that's just unfortunately how it's going to have to work. So, yeah, AG, any more questions, let me know, mate. But that's kind of how I'm thinking that needs to play out for you, mate. Okay, Cameron. I feel like I haven't spoken to you for a while, Cam. Or you haven't been in the Discord for a little while. You all good? Oh, so I would like to continue playing in Challenger. Could you give me some general bits of advice, please, on what I need to do to improve the quality of my gallery? Who I could move on potentially. Should I stick with Classic over in-season with the new season coming out? Or should I trim down now and save for new season cards? I would also like to play under 23 next year. After I've strengthened my gallery a bit, just struggling for goalkeeper, any other positions I need under 23. Let's have a look at under 23. If you were here, Cam, for the under 23 goalkeeper like seminar that I did, yeah, refer back to that. But you've already got Schrendelar, so you've got a goalkeeper. El Crowney's fun. Sikwe if he gets a good move. Utkers, okay. No, I think you're fine in defense. Bass got a good move. he looks very good. I haven't seen his L15 before. Kadri's going to age out. Boussaid should be okay. Madsen will age out. Samoa should be okay for another year. Felix, yeah, again, I think you've got a nice little base in midfield. For one team, I don't think you need any more. Up front, Hansen, Saito, Negli. I'm not seeing Isaac Davis. Denki probably does move, so does Yao, but they could be okay. Druetch could get a good move. Again, mate, you've got more than enough for one team. I don't think you need to do anything to your outfielders, genuinely. I really, really don't. No worries at all, AG. No worries at all, pal. No, I haven't. Just been busy. That's all good, mate. That's all good. Okay, back to Challenger. Like, as a, should you play Challenger, Classic, or in season? Depends what your budget is going to allow you to do, right? You're only going to be able to play 3 lineups in Challenger Classic. So, you might as well like work with that for now. And then if you think you can play a in season team somewhere, then kind of do it. Obviously, that's going to, you're probably going to need to get rid of a few players or, yeah, put a bit more in potentially. I don't know. To get more in-season cards, so they're going to be more expensive, naturally. Sorensen, Tombstray. Yeah, you've got a decent base. If Kadri gets a nice move to Gent, maybe, or Genk. Sven Kums. Felix. I think the majority of your better players are probably under 23, realistically, at this point. Especially in midfield. Up front, David Min. Cordoba's a fun one if he can stay. Lamperu. Sam Lammers. Jizz. Okay, now you've got the makings of a fine enough Challenger gallery. I wouldn't like take away from it to go in season. If anything, you're just going to have to add to it in season-wise, as in, like, you're going to have to put more in. If you can't put more in, then I wouldn't play in season. I would just stick with what you got, personally. So just add to, not trim down. 100% Cam. That's what I would be looking at. Ben Godfrey off to Serie A. Yeah, isn't he off to Napoli? Or if you win something nice from Classic. That's been my main reason from buying players. What's the main reason for buying players? Sorry, Cam. Yeah, let me know, Cam. After that, we've got Stan, Mo, Kenny, and Jason. 4 more. Okay. Okay, Stan the man. Stan, Contender Limited and Rare, Challenger Rare, NEC stack. Under 23 Limited, also with an NEC stack. And Challenger in season with the Seattle stack. Love that. Should I sell some of my Contender Rares? Which ones to make a Seattle Rare stack? Because when De La Vega comes back from his injury, I see Seattle as one of the better MLS teams in my opinion. The stack will be Fry, Reagan, Yeimar, João Paulo, Rusnak, Morris, De La Vega. And what is smarter to do? Buy them all in season or play Classic? I think a lot of people are going to have that like Seattle stack of some sort. I think you're going to need to vary it a little bit. Like, I think the Fry, Yeimar, Reagan, well, maybe not. Like, I think a lot of people will have Fry, Reagan, João Paulo, Rusnak, and Morris as like a stack. Which that doesn't mean you can't do well with your version of it. Obviously, yeah, collection bonus and whatever. Let me have a look at your contender stuff. Like, for me, I'm not a big fan of contenders, just from like a, it's harder to get information standpoint. I don't speak Japanese or Korean or whatever. Not to say I don't have those cards, but like it just is a bit harder to do. Like I'm not against selling your contender boys to get Seattle stack. Like that, I'm not going to say no to that at all. I think that's in some way not a bad thing to do. Seb, I will answer you, mate, but I do need to, do the gallery reviews first, just because people have been waiting for these for a long time. But I will answer your question at the end of the stream, as long as you're still in here. Then being under 23 is a large factor. I got you. Yeah, no, you've got a nice core camp of under 23s. I think what you've got going into under 23 next season is viable, 100%. Okay, Stan. Yeah, I'm not against selling contenders to go and get a Seattle stack. I just do think the pure Seattle stack of, the ones you've listed, they're good players. Like, I love Rusnak João, I love Reagan Fry. Like, I have Reagan Fry, Rusnak myself. But, like, maybe varying the forward up a little bit. Like, you need a differential in there somewhere for me. Whether that's the extra players, the midfielder, or the forward. There definitely needs to be something that needs to, like, be a little bit different. And I would probably go in season, to be honest. Because you've got the in-season limited stack. Go get yourself an in-season rare stack as well. And that could then, if the limited hits, the rare hits for you then in that sense, right? That's kind of how that would work. And I think it's not a bad place to be. No, you're not shadowbanned. You're not shadowbanned, so I haven't shadowbanned anyone in the comments yet. So yeah, I definitely try and play in season if you could. And as far as like who you should sell for contender, I think it just works off who you can get, like who's the most liquid realistically, like who's gonna sell. I actually I traded my Usami away today. Like yeah, there's cards here that you could definitely get rid of. I know you like your Antlers stack, so I don't know whether you're willing to get rid of it. Maybe there's other cards that could go before it, like players like Lucas Fernandez. I know they're good players and whatever. Son Key. So like a 4-man Seattle stack. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Stan. I do think like a 4-man Seattle stack, Seattle core, and then a little differential in there to just differentiate yourself from this Seattle boys, because loads of people are going to be doing this Seattle stuff. And you're going to need something different is kind of where I'm at. But yeah, don't do a Seattle Acosta, because that's my idea. Joking. You can do it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Maybe I just get 20 essence and get Diogo Costa. So yeah, hope that makes sense, Stan. Okay, Mohammed. I'm guessing you've been lurking. Mohammed, which is I'm not against. He's set to play every classic comp there is next season when August comes around. Started playing rare and really enjoyed it so far. In August, I want to play every rare comp, limited comp, win cards and build in season collections. The route Sorare intends. What should be the next big move? Realistically, I can't move on from limited, and I can't see myself just enjoying playing rare. What do you think is best? Also, if you have any other options, let me know. Thank you, Harry. Here's a photo of the teams I already have and teams I want to have. Sounds good. Let's have a look. No worries at all, Stan. No worries at all. Maximal, sorry. Maximal 1408. Yeah, I only do... do gallery reviews for members just because it is a perk, obviously, and yeah, it would kind of take away from becoming a member, right? So yeah, sorry for that, but that's just being transparent with you. Anyway, back to Mohammed. So just looking at the screenshot you've sent. So is this in limited or rare am I looking at? Mohammed, can you just shine a light on that? I'm guessing it's limited. I'm guessing it's limited. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say, don't sell up your limited. Not that you've suggested that, but the whole I just want to play. I want to play both. I think that's more than fine. You got a nice little core of MLS goalkeepers. I think you got yourself a Wagner, your Mane lessons. I think you're going to enjoy the MLS rare side of things, and I think that's a nice introduction into the rare market and stuff for you. The rare side of your gallery, sorry. How much did you actually spend on your rare cards? Could be like 2,000, no? Yeah, 2,000. Okay. I mean, for £2,000, you've got two really good challenger lineups going out every week, right? Or maybe 3. 2 or 3 at least, yeah. Limited, okay. Yeah, so you're looking at Arsenal, Newcastle United for the Premier season. For Champ, Sociedad Bologna, Monaco, La Liga, Real Madrid, great. Atletico, Barcelona. In-season Bundesliga, Dortmund, Bayern, Leipzig. Then in-season challenger, sorry. Fenerbahce, Feyenoord once Galaxy and the Revs and the MLS kind of conclude. Okay. I mean, yeah, like I know the amount of money that you mentioned before and whatever, and I'm going to detract that 2,000 from it so I understand how much you've kind of got to keep going. And yeah, that probably, I can't work out off the top of my head. We don't know the prices of these limited in-season cards, but like Real Madrid collections are going to be quite expensive, right? We know that. Arsenal the same, which is not a bad thing. I think you'll be able to afford it, and I think you'll be able to do well with it. Dortmund, Bayern the same, Leipzig. Yeah, I think that, you know, you're going to have a really, like, yeah, you've got a massive advantage on everyone else knowing, you know, what you can put in next season. And the teams you've picked, I can't really argue with them. Like, yeah, Newcastle, United, and Arsenal. You've already got City as the classic, you know, and you already have Liverpool, so I can't really disagree with any of that, to be honest. Will the champion in-season teams cut it? Will like a Sociedad stack do it? I don't know. Will a Bologna stack do it? I don't know. Monaco maybe on its day. I do think maybe the champion in-season teams that you've picked could potentially be improved in some way. Like maybe that's the problem. We don't have the whole of Serie A, do we? So that's an issue, I guess. But yeah, okay. I think you're in a good position though. I like the rest of the team. Fenerbahce, Feyenoord for Challenger. I like the Bundesliga. I like the La Liga. I like the Prem stuff. Champion though, I think that could do a bit of work as far as like picking who the in-season teams are going to be. Maximal just become a member. Welcome, mate. I really do appreciate that. There should be a link in the community tab on Discord, on YouTube, that will get you into the Discord, and you need to just give me your gallery information in the monthly gallery review section of the channel, or the channel, and yeah, we can get that going. But yeah, Mohammed, I'm pretty happy with that plan for you. I think you're in a good position. Don't buy the exact first mints, because I think you're going to overpay. Buy like, I don't know, 10 out of 1,000 or whatever. Like, see how much it goes for. I would love it into Juventus stack, but I don't think it will be licensed for sure. Yeah, I didn't factor that in, to be fair, Mohammed. So yeah, good point. That is a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Anyway, I think that probably concludes yours, Mohammed, if that's okay. Now we're going to move on to Sorare Kenny. But I will answer... Before I do Sorare Kenny, I'm going to answer that question the Sebastian had. I got a serious question. I feel like I can't get answered. I want to have tons of fun, have tons of different lineups, and be able to play all game weeks every week. I think I can get to 500, 800 USD in 2 months, but currently only have 200 to 300 USD. What is the best ROI wise while still having fun I want, limited or rare? I mean, yeah, $500 to $800 I don't think is going to like cut it really for rare, so it would have to be limited, Sebastian. I mean, the ROI is only good if, you know, you've got good cards and you're planning ahead and you've got good collection bonuses. Like, it's not as simple as just buying them and then you're just going to win, because there's thousands of other people doing the same thing, right? I think you'd have to play in season for you to find a legit ROI. You would have to play in season limited, whether that's challenger, contender, champion, whatever that may be. It would have to be in season, 100%. No worries at all, Mohammed. No worries at all. Dimashini, my surname is Hafa. Maybe you want to have a look. I'm only doing gallery reviews for members only, unfortunately, mate. So I appreciate you, but yeah, we'll have to just stick to how this works normally. Okay, Sorare Kenny. Goals for the gallery: get into playing champion with the cards I have, and contender because I enjoy Liga MX, and challenger with RSL stack. Question is if with some of the champion players that I have make an under 23 team around Doku and Guardiol. Okay, let's have a look at what you got. Under 23 wise, could we make a little team? So we've got Beavers, but yeah, so you need a goalkeeper, which is fine. We went through, I'm pretty sure you would have been in the chat earlier, Kenny, when we went through the goalkeeper situations and like some of the cheaper ones maybe. Oh, sorry. So yeah, you've got Doku and you've got Guardiol. Oh, you've also got Davidashvili, good little player. So yeah, Doku, Davidashvili, Guardiol. You could bring in like a Toblason. You could bring in an Obed. I can't pronounce his second name, but he plays for Paris FC. There's quite a few goalkeepers that you can get for about £15 to £20, as we went through earlier. So you have to have a little scroll back to see them. Midfielders is where you'd have to strengthen. I mean, I love Diego Luna, but I'm guessing you're going to play him in the RSL stack in challenges. So you would need a few midfielders, which we can definitely have a quick little look on here for. So we go players, midfielder, age, go L40. We'll see who pops up. Who's on a little bit of a budget, maybe. I mean, even if you don't have a budget, Xavi Simons could be a great one. So could Elise. Xavi Simons, Elise. Tillman's a lovely option as well for 20 quid. João Neves could be quite fun as well. Mohamed Kudus, 16 quid. Mateus Delorgue, he's not bad for a tenner. He's not bad at all. Leopold, if he stays at Hanover, £10 again. Not terrible. Caicedo for 20 quid. Fits the Premier League mould. I can kind of get behind that. No worries at all, Ian. I hope you have a great weekend as well, mate. I really appreciate you. Applecamp, if he stays, again, really good option, only 3 quid. I think Karsgaard, if he's fit, could be an exceptional option. 6 quid. There's loads of options there that I mentioned. Tony Fruk is really, really good. Again, I don't know if he's going to move from Riker, but could be really, really good for that type of price. Madsen, yeah, Madsen ages out. Madsen's 24. But yeah, those are the kind of the options I would kind of, yeah, tell you. We obviously went through the goalkeeper ones. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, Kenny. And yeah, welcome to the member section, mate. And yeah, long may the relationship continue. Okay, Jason. ZA1, and then we've got Max after this. Okay, obviously want to win some rewards in Sorare. The goal is obviously to build a God Champ lineup for now. Want to go into under 23 and then contender and challenger. What is possible with the state of my current gallery? What is possible for under 23 or in general, Jace? What are we thinking? No worries at all, Kenny. No worries at all. I really appreciate you becoming a member, like I said. But yeah, well, as far as like what is possible, like what do you mean by that? Like you want a good champ. You said you want a good champ lineup, so let's go. What you got in champ first? So Thiago Silva's gonna leave. Cabrera got promoted. Did you say you want to buy? But for now. Okay, so for now you want to go into under 23. Sorry, I read that a little bit wrong. Okay, so we definitely need a goalkeeper, which again we've kind of been through. Klein Hansel's a really fun one. Satalo Age is out. Al Karauni's a good one as well. So Al Karauni, Klein Hansel, 2 decent defenders. Applecamp, Nabel, love it. McGlynn, Carmona, not bad. You've got like three-ish options there in midfield, I would say. Dan Roth is a nice one. Jovic, ages out, I think. Anthony, Asmi is a fun one. Cameron Harper. Who's this guy, by the way? Absolutely smashing. It's like these guys in contender under 23 is like the guys you need to be looking at. They just come from nowhere and they just smash. It's like you just got to get quite lucky that it happens. And it looks like he was a sub, falls into the team, and then he's just a smash. Like that's kind of the situations you need to fall into sometimes. 2 quid. Like those are the guys that I see value in. Definitely need a goalkeeper, like I said. I mean, for one team, you've got enough. You just need a goalkeeper, basically, which we kind of went through the list earlier. There's definitely a few £15 to £20 goalkeepers, like we've already said. And then as far as just like in general, let's have a look. Let me have a look what you got for challengers. Matt Freeze, Willis, Fry. Okay, he's got a really nice MLS core with a bit of Brazil. Buscagli, Kai Wagner, Zimmerman, Palencia, Smal, Reagan. You've got some really nice challenger cards. Wow, Geordie, Gill. Yeah, so these are the type of cards that will win you stuff. Like, you have cards that can win things. 100%. Rusnak, in challenger at least, for sure. Buwanga, Morris, Jovalic, Johnny Russell, yeah. You've got MLS cards that will win you stuff on paper. So I'm not too worried about that as long as you get the lineup building right or as long as I get the lineup building right. There's definitely things in there for you, 100%. Contender-wise, let's have a look. Not loading right now. Okay, so a lot of these are under 23. Albila, so you got a couple of older heads in there. I wouldn't say like don't play contender, but I think like keep concentrating on challenger, keep getting better at under 23, i.e. maybe get a new goalkeeper in. And then like you said, the goal is obviously champ, but that maybe is a little bit away until we can like actually put more money in maybe or whatever. But I think your challenger core is really nice. Like you've got good players in challenger that will, on given game weeks win you rewards. Simple as. So yeah. I mean, that is what's possible right now, is you've got chances to win in season. Like you can win cash through the in-season cards that you've got from Challenger. That would be your route to winning like actual cash on this game right now, outside of cards. That's kind of where I'd be at. I'd be trying to win cash with my Challenger cards and then turning that maybe into under 23 keepers, maybe turning that into champ cards eventually. That's kind of the way I'd be looking at that. So yeah, hope that makes sense, mate. And we're going to move on to Maximal, our latest member. And then after that, we've got Aaron Large. So, Maximal, in August, I want to play under 23 rare, all 3 lineups on weekend and midweek. And I want to try get slowly into champion Bundesliga. Any suggestions on how I can move forward? I've thought of buying some players for the depth. Okay. Let me see where you're at for under 23 rare. I'm working on building contenders. I'm currently scouting. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying don't play contenders, but, like, before playing contenders, like, focus on continuing to get better at challenges. Do you get what I'm saying? That's kind of how I like to look at it. I'm not saying don't play it, but if it's taken away from, like, what you could win in challenges, or, like, if it's taken away from what you could be improving in challenges, then that's when I think it becomes like a detriment in some way. So yeah, there is that element to it. Anyway, back to under 23s for Maximal. Layson, Hadel, Ramaj. 3 goalkeepers there. Love to see it. Defense. Beraldo, Silva, Colwill, Kaplan, Hato, Wrench. I like the Bombito, Galesic, Balki. Balki will age out, but interesting one. Nianzu. I like the Dutch core. I think you've probably got enough for 3 lineups here between like Wrench, Hato, Kaplan, Colwill, Silva. Yeah, you've got enough there. Just about, I would say. Galesic, Bombito if he moves to Europe. I'd say you've got enough defenders. You're going to need 6 or 7 defenders every week, basically, I would say. Midfield. Wirtz, Simons, 2 Kenny Taylors, Cackrell, age out. Palisic or no. So I'd say you probably need 1 more midfielder at least. 1 or 2 more midfielders. Like, because Cackrell's going to age out. So you basically got Vert, Simons, 2 Kenny Taylors, Pasalic and Onana. I think Pasalic has 1 more year. Yeah, he does. So you do have 6 midfielders there. But like, I don't think you can trust Onana every week. Same for Pasalic. Maybe even the same for Kenny Taylor. And if you're going to play 3 lineups, you're going to need like at least 5. Like, you're going to play double midfielder in most of those lineups most of the time. So I would say 1 more midfielder potentially. Caicedo, like whoever. Caicedo, someone with some good pedigree. Or maybe someone in the Bundesliga that you could double up as a Bundesliga player. Maybe Olise. That could be a fun one. And then up front, We've got Conceição, Rots, Brobby, Dalinga, love it. I'm guessing you're from the Netherlands, from the way your gallery is set up. 1, 2. I think you're fine up front. I would say you've got 4.5 options there. You're only going to play one forward in most lineups, so in under 23. So I think you're in a good position. I don't think outside of definitely getting a midfielder in, I'd say you're kind of set for under 23s. I don't think there's much need for doing too much there. And yeah, that's kind of how I would do it. I'd maybe pick up cards that are Bundesliga and under 23, because then you could use them in both. Let me see what you've actually got elsewhere in Champ. So you got Nubel, okay. So you got a goalkeeper. You've already got Henriks, okay. And you got Vert Simon. So I guess like Virtual Simons might play in Bundesliga for you most of the time. So yeah, maybe two midfielders might possibly have to work sometimes. So yeah, hope that makes sense, Max. We're gonna move on to our last gallery review, and that is Aaron Large. And Aaron moved from limited to rare, small gallery, but looking to play champion only. Maybe 3 or 4 decent lineups, and good player suggestions would be great. Thanks. What is the best plan going forward? Purely champ only, or play specific ones? So that whole specific one will kind of apply depending on like where your gallery's at right now, right? So like I'm seeing here, Nubel, Bundesliga, Bulka. Well, let's just argue he's going to be in the France situation. Severa, La Liga, and then you've got Prem as well. So you've got 3, 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 starting keepers, like Bundesliga native, La Liga, Prem. So you've got a goalie for each one. I think that'll depend on each game week, to be honest. Like the whole, should I play champ or should I play the native Bundesliga, Bundesliga, La Liga comps? No worries at all, Maximal. Glad to have you into the member section, mate. You're going to love it in the Discord. Discord's class. The lads in there have been there for a while. And yeah, it's just a really good environment. Like, guys are always willing to help. If I'm not available to help, there's literally so many people in there that will answer questions for you, mate, and anyone that's joined. So, yeah, I appreciate you, mate. I really do. But yeah, back to Aaron. I think it's going to depend on each game week. Like, if you have good matchups in Bundesliga that week, then play those cards in Bundesliga probably over playing them elsewhere. Because if you're playing a Bundesliga only comp, you only have to worry about the teams in Bundesliga. You don't have to worry about Premier League comps, La Liga, Serie A. You don't have to worry about those smasher lineups. You just have to worry about Bundesliga. So if your cards are in a position where you've got a smasher matchup on that game week in Bundesliga, and you have 5 Bundesliga cards, your chances of winning are probably highest in the Bundesliga comp that week. So that's kind of how I would play it, that way. I think it's more of a week-by-week basis. Calafiori, so he'll have to be a champ player for you. Munoz, Prem. Gutierrez, Porro, Prem. So you've got quite a few Prem cards there. Fofana, Aliesh, Pepelu, Bajetic, Caicedo, Bryce Mendes, Szoboszlai. You've got some nice mids there. You do have some nice mids, I'll give you that. I don't think the mids really need much work. Up front, Gonzalez, Bailey, Sancho, Felix, Jota, Mateta. Yeah, there's definitely a few forwards maybe that need to be added to that. Like a few more forwards that we kind of know are going to be good type of thing. Sancho's uncertainty, I can tell that obviously you're trying to sell him or whatever. I would say as well, maybe defense is where you're a little bit weak. I would say, because like Calafiori can only play in champ, he can't play in the Bundesliga or whatever unless he moves, which I don't think he will. La Liga, Bundesliga, Prem. You're kind of okay for Prem. I wouldn't bother buying a Prem card. I'd probably buy maybe a La Liga defender or two, maybe like a Militao or something. I definitely think, yeah, maybe that could work. Up front, though, I mean, like, Gonzalez is class, great player. Felix, like, where's he going to land? Like, a lot of these players, Mateta's, like, obviously, the one that's been really good throughout the season. But if he moves, I'm looking at, like, not many, like, guaranteed stars here. So, I definitely think champ forward is probably where I'd be looking. Let me just have a look quickly before we leave. Just some champ forwards. Calafiori heavy link to Arsenal. That makes sense. Ooh, Cole Palmer's been changed to a forward. Or will be changed to a forward, maybe. Or maybe that's because of the Euros. Garassi at Dortmund could be really fun. Kramaric could be interesting now that Croatia are out. That could be a nice little budget forward option for next season. Bundesliga as well. What else have we got? I like Dembele. He's a little bit more expensive. Ito's could be a fun one. But again, he wouldn't be able to play in the Bundesliga, Kums or anything. I mean, Aspas is cheap as chips if you think he's going to have a relatively good season next season, like he always seems to do. But he is getting on a bit. Surely his legs give up on him at some point. Siganikov maybe for 60 odd quid. Doesn't seem terrible. Soroth at 70 quid. Again, not terrible. I know he's got a hamstring injury, but Delinger at 50 quid. I think you've already got... No, you haven't got Delinger. Delinger could be quite a fun one. He's under 23. Obviously, would have to play him in Champ because he's at League. He's at a Ligue 1 club right now. He's in France. Yeah, it's tough. Like, Jota's a good player, but is he going to start every game for Liverpool? Probably not. You know, those are the situations that you're kind of dealt with. Or you have to deal with, sorry. Teke Kubo could be quite fun. A little bit more expensive because he's under 23. Inaki Williams for 38 quid. Doesn't feel bad at all. Like, you're not breaking the bank with those type of players, so... Yeah, there's merit behind a few of them. Bakwa as well. Bakwa's a really good one. How much is he? He's 80 quid, yeah. Bakwa's really good. Bakwa's very good. Felipe Anderson's moving to Brazil. Barcola could be really fun, but he's under 23. There's no point really paying the premium, I wouldn't say, on that. Callum Hudson-Odoi for 40 quid. Might not be terrible. Mind you, he could be under 23 next season again, couldn't he? Yeah, he is. Okay, that's a fun one. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that kind of gives you a bit of food for thought, Aaron. Lads, it's been an absolute pleasure. I can't believe there's still 25 of you here. If you've not left a like already, what are you doing? What have we done? 3 hours, 20 minutes. It's been a good one. It's been a productive one. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have as well. See you tomorrow for me and Laird are doing an SD stream in the morning for the game week preview for the weekend. So yeah, look out for that. And then Saturday morning we'll probably do a deadline stream with Quinny. So yeah, look out for all the content, lads. I do really appreciate you. And I will be doing lineup builds tomorrow as well for you guys. So yeah, look out in the Discord. I will be building some lineups. Yeah, lads, it's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great evening, and I shall see you guys tomorrow.